This is a show before the show called the pre-show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pre-show here for May the 4th, 2020. We're going to talk about Star Wars all show long. Sean?
What?
No, we're not. That's actually not real.
Okay.
I didn't realize that we were doing the show on May the 4th till we just started right now. So.
Oh, true.
Yeah. You know, I would like to begin then by noting that I have only seen the fourth and the fifth Star Wars movie, and only recently. That's all the Star Wars content I've ever seen.
Oh, that's right, Britt. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
you and Aaron are
really
the same
irresponsible.
then. Aaron's never seen a lot of the Star Wars movies. I don't know. It's just it's how it is.
Do you even know what the fourth? I don't even know like what the fifth and the sixth. That's like the prequels, right?
Marcus, save me, please. Talk about Star Wars intelligently.
In terms of release, it is technically the first two movies that were released. So
yes.
A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yes.
The prequels would be 1999, where yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
that was it. That wraps that segment. All done.
Let's segment. All done.
Next segment.
I mean, I did.
Next segment. Yeah.
I only yesterday watched the Rise of Skywalker. So the last one of the current trilogy. Because
well, that's not
in
controversial
Germany,
at all. What'd you think about it? What are some hot takes?
Well, okay, basically I need to preface this by I am not a Star Wars nerd or whatever. And I'm also, when it comes to like opinions on movies, I'm really easygoing. Like I do not get worked up about if something like is really bad, maybe if it's really good, but I'm really not that meticulous
kind of
about
bearing the lead
about
here.
anything.
Or maybe not. Just go either way. I don't know. I don't know where you're going.
So The Force Awakens was pretty cool. I thought The Last Jedi was meh, and I thought this one was fine. Like it gave me as like a casual fan, and that's what they want. They need the casual fans to be entertained, right? Let's be honest. They can't make the diehard fans happy regardless. Oh my God, they're going to put me in jail for my opinion.
What country is that alarm from?
Holy shit!
You shouldn't have said that it was good.
Star Wars take.
The fanboys are coming after you. They're coming to get you, man. That was the wrong answer, Sjokz. You really messed that one up.
No, I thought it was fine. I thought it was like good. I was entertained. I liked the throwback. I liked the kind of the boxes ticked, and here's Lando Calrissian or whatever, and he's in a plane, and it's great. Lando plane, an X-wing, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Okay. All right. That's it. There's no more discussion on that. It was fine.
No, I want to build on this because this has been happening. Okay, well, there's something that you were saying, Sjokz, of like you're pretty easygoing when it comes to movies. Like, who cares? It's just a movie. Let's just watch it and enjoy it. I find that with the sort of just general latent stress of like quarantine and the news and all this, I actually can't watch anything that's too high quality because like
I'm kind of with you on this.
Like Britt showed me Glow, so we started to watch Glow, and
so
it's
good.
It's really well written, and the characters are great, and I care about them, so I can only watch like one episode at a time. It's too much. Yeah. What if something bad happens to one of these characters? She's like, "Do you want to watch another one?" I'm like, "No." Put on Too Hot to Handle, so that way I don't care about fucking anybody.
Dude, that's what we've been watching.
I love Too Hot to Handle.
We've been watching all the trash TV.
Yeah, like I remember I even tweeted like, "Hey, I want to watch an afternoon movie. What's one that just has some good special effects or something like that?" And people were recommending like high quality movies, and we wound up watching Underwater, which
with Kristen
hold
Stewart.
On.
Wait,
Underwater
aliens
was
underwater?
awesome,
was that any good?
So
it was,
watch out.
No, I enjoyed it. To say that it was a good movie, I mean, I didn't care about anyone really, but boy, did I enjoy it. Oh, I enjoyed that movie.
Of course. That doesn't make it a bad movie. You don't care.
Well, yeah, but
it was good.
It's like the particular type, the tone, where if everything is a little over the top and makes me roll my eyes, I feel way more comfortable as a media consumer.
Makes sense.
I see.
Marcus, this is something I've always admired about you. Like every time we used to have an event together and they'd put us in a hotel room together, you'd always come with like a movie and like 3 trade paperbacks. And you would just like consume. And I was like, how do you get into the emotional state where you can just like consume media? Because it like affects me. I need to like dick off on Reddit and just read something irrelevant. And like, oh, look, here's some cats on a deck. And like that calms me again. It's like absolutely vacuous. How do you
Isn't
do it?
that a big
I don't know.
problem of
I don't
our
know how to
time?
answer that. Yeah.
It's a big problem, isn't it? The whole, oh, you can't watch a movie or read a book without simultaneously like checking your Animal Crossing and checking your phone and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. I hate it and I can't escape it. Like I really do my best to not do it, but especially in kind of our field of work, but we're not going to talk about work. It's I long for the days where I was a kid
JP
and I could
pulls the
just
lever
watch
and she goes
great
flush.
Disney
Yeah, we'll have a
movies.
shepherd's game just coming from the side.
I solved this problem for myself
Uh-oh.
pretty
How'd you do it?
recently. So when my wife and I just moved and we built a house, and I was like, I want a room
That's all you got to
that
do.
is
Build a house.
its purpose is to watch media or play games. Like you don't do anything else in this room, and it's so easy for me to like turn off by going in there because that's the purpose of it. Like obviously, yeah, you don't have to build a house, but
Yeah.
saying like make an area, right? Like designate an
very
area
true.
that is your turn off that you don't take your phone into, and that's it
Yeah.
helps.
That's what our
Well,
room is
yeah.
upstairs now. So. it's where we
Yeah,
watch
I'm
all
in
this.
the beginning of my hopefully long and very rich life, but I'm in a one-room apartment, so like I guess I could sit on the toilet and then
Yeah,
see my
you know,
own.
just bring your iPad in
Actually.
there and put a bunch of pillows in the bath, and you're good to go. You know.
No joke.
Jesus
When I need to
Christ.
disconnect, I do that. I go to the bathroom, I shut the door, I turn out the lights, and I sit on the toilet and I just bury my face in my hands and I go, oh.
Well, I still do that too. I mean,
Yeah, like I mean, I feel a little bit like social media and all the stimulation. I kind of feel like I'm just licking a battery all day.
Oh yeah.
Like I just
Yeah.
need places where there's just not stuff going on. Because then you were talking about, Marcus, like I just set up a laptop on a table somewhere away from this table.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can now enjoy doing different things there just because it's like a different location because brains are dumb.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, like that. I'm the same with my
thanks for
office.
saving me, Sean. Thanks
Yeah,
for
there you
Yeah,
go.
DJ Wheat's like, you know what? If you buy and build your own house,
You just
in your
need a
villa,
cool million,
in your
everyone.
7-room
All right.
castle,
Maybe
Yeah.
next to your jacuzzi
750,000.
room. Yeah.
Yeah, so I now have a media toilet thanks to Marcus's inspiration.
There you go. All right.
Well, I
Me
mean, I
too.
was gonna go like, I mean, you could just build a house just for
For consumption
that,
of
you
media.
know, so
Yeah.
you leave your phone when you go to your next door, house. Shocks.
That's true.
how that's
Okay, I
next
got
level.
you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Just
Yeah.
duplicate your home.
Exactly. This is pretty much how the show's going to go for the next 2 hours, but we do have unofficial rules that we need to go through.
Okay.
Marcus, you're the first repeat guest here, so the show has changed. You were on the first episode, now you're on the 5th
Right.
episode. But we don't number the shows. That's one of the rules. We came up with a lot of these rules on
Correct.
the first episode, so in some case, you're responsible
Nice.
for this as much as I am.
Correct.
But we'll just go through them here. These are the official, unofficial rules of the show. Number 1, no episode numbers, just show dates. Very simple. No insulting other cast members. This is a positive, feel-good show. Shouldn't have a problem
Yep.
with the 3 of you.
Already violated. Thanks,
Oh,
Shocks.
oh,
You
no.
really made me feel good.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
Yeah.
that's I
That's
love this
but we'll
rule.
let it go. The rules hadn't
Okay.
been said yet.
I do need a poll about a work question here
Okay.
before you get to the rule where we
Okay.
can talk about it. Okay, so I love this no insulting because the number of productions I've been on with like, okay, you sit down, and you two just like shit on each other, just be like really mean and jab at each other. You know,
Yeah.
you're like talking trash, and I'm like, I don't really like talking trash. Like, I don't know, like kind of like being silly. They're like, but like it's just for us to just like really be mean to each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like does this happen to you?
Oh,
During
yeah.
recording
I mean,
sessions?
that's basically what any news network is these days. You get 2 people with different opinions, and they just yell at each other, right? So
Yeah.
I get it. That's production 101 in a sense. You'll like the rest of the show rules, Sean. They're all very good vibey. So they're all uplifting rules. Rule 2.5. Or 2.5, I should say, not half. We
No
have
numbering of
fractions,
the
we have
rules.
decimals. During your shout-outs, you must promote with the same feel-good vibes why someone should watch the other people on the show with you. So that's towards the end of the show. So we don't have to do that now. Number 3, make it up as you go along. This could be rule number 1. Number 4, I shared this with you guys about 5 seconds before I muted everyone. No gaming conversation, unless there's something that you're like super fucking into and like can't not talk about it. We haven't broken that rule yet. Number 5, no interrupting. Allowances are given since we're on somewhat of a delay, but let people finish their statements. That's pretty good. 5.5. In the introduction, which we're going to do now, every person on the show must name a movie that has made them cry. This was added in episode 4 by Dodger.
Oh.
I've had to do this
Literally.
now 4 times, so I guess I'm just gonna have to start making up.
I need my wife to help me.
You need your wife to help you? Oh, because you don't. Okay, she'll remember. And
She
you
has
won't.
an elephant brain, man. So, yeah, of course.
I'm sorry. Rule.
You use
It was on
Wikipedia and
episode
Google, right?
March something or other. I don't know. April maybe. Who knows? I don't remember the dates. Who's going first? Sean, you got a show?
You,
A
bro-
movie?
you broke a rule, by the way.
Well, I mean, you can't break rules. There's just guidelines.
You know, like
I'm the
when you
host.
say
I can bend them a little bit.
Yeah, no, I as you were saying, what's a movie that's made you cry? I started to just think back through all these moments where I've just been devastated. And then you asked me, Sean, what's one of those movies? And I have a lot of feelings right now.
Yeah.
And the problem is, almost all the times I've cried recently during media is in pretty trashy Korean dramas, which I absolutely consumed.
Yeah, I know
Just
you're
like,
into them.
Oh, I love them so much. But for whatever reason, the one that's coming to mind, movie that I cried in, is the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. In like the first 5 minutes, like that opening,
Okay.
where what even happens in it? It was just like a family trying to like take care of a baby, and father and the mother saying sweet things to each other. And for some reason, I was like, Jesus Christ! Just really lost it. I want to think of a more relevant new one, but that's what I have for you right now, Jake.
No, that's fine. That's perfect. Wheat, did you get confirmation from?
You know
Your
what?
wife?
She just said, "Well, I cried at the drop of a hat." So, and then that was her message, and I'm like, "Thanks, honey. That was a ton of help."
Wait, she
so,
just in general said I cried at the drop of it. She didn't say what movie.
Well, when she watches movies,
Oh,
right? Like
okay.
she's really like, she.
I thought
anyway.
the text just made her like start weeping. I was like, what the fuck did she say?
I'm crying right now,
Like that. No, but actually, I have something special for you. So since this is the first time, I'm really bringing it home. I'm going to tell you the first movie that I can remember ever crying at, and then I'm going to tell you the most recent movie that I've cried at.
All
right.
better. Okay.
So I'm going to start with the first movie that I don't know why it is so fucking vivid, but like ABC used to do basically like, you remember after school specials, and every once in a while they'd make a made for TV movie around the holidays. And God damn it, if I can't remember the name of it right now, but there was Thanksgiving Promise, a Thanksgiving Promise.
Wow.
It's about a kid who falls sort of, he befriends this goose, and then they've got to fucking kill the
turkey?
goose because they're going to eat it
Okay.
for
All right, sure.
Thanksgiving. And it was devastating, you guys, just fucking devastating. All right. So there you go. The most recent is probably Onward. Yeah.
Oh,
the brother.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watched
Yeah,
it. I'd
man.
forgotten about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end of that. Well, there's a lot of moments in that movie that are just like, fuck. Like Pixar pulling at the heartstrings type shit. Nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought
It's good. Sjokz,
There
what
you
about
go.
you?
I haven't seen Onward, by the way, but I will. It's an
good.
animated movie?
Yep. It's on
cool.
Disney Plus, I think, if you have that.
Yeah. Kind of, and in Germany, it's all in German. We'll get into it.
Okay.
It's really
All right.
annoying. So I'm also the same, like djWheat's wife. I cry all the time in movies and shows and music and like basically anything. Like the UPS driver could come and deliver a package. I'd be like, oh my God, thank you. I'm so happy. I'm just a very feeling person. I immediately thought about Up though. Obviously also
Oh,
Pixar.
God,
Is
yeah.
it Pixar?
I think it's Pixar too.
Must be.
Yeah.
What a wonderful movie. I watched it most recently before the whole crisis on a plane ride, and I was just that's like embarrassing when you're bawling on the airplane. And I was just like, it's up, it's the, and she was like, it's fine. Like,
Don't talk to me, you're crazy.
I totally get it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also cried when I watched like The Rise of Skywalker like twice. Day before yesterday. There's some moments in there, right?
Yeah,
right?
There's some tender moments for sure. Yeah. Although most of the fanboys were crying because they think the movie was ruined, but there you know, there's emotional moments for multiple reasons in that.
What's the main criticism for the movies, actually?
What is the main criticism?
Don't get into it.
Yeah, no, we don't have. This is a 2-hour show, Sjokz. We don't have.
Yeah, you have to read the 467-page dissertation on that.
Yes.
To really get the full effect.
You do. Or just the YouTube comments of this show later when it's posted. I'm sure someone will let you know the main issues. For the one, I guess, I did a show Friday and had to answer this. And I guess between now and Friday, I watched, it's not necessarily a movie, but I watched more Afterlife on Netflix with Ricky Gervais. That show is just fucked up in general. Every single episode is just super dour, I guess is how I would say. But it's in general, it's pretty good. We also made Friday's show really depressing because all we talked about was how like Ammunition is a huge fan of The Road. If you know what that movie is or that book is, then I talked about Hannibal, the TV show, and how depressing that show is.
That's a well-made show.
Yeah. So it was a pretty heavy show. And then Rule 5 3/4, which is a sub-rule, name a movie that made you cry from laughter. Sean, you probably do this at most things, I would imagine.
I recently watched Troll 2. Oh my God. It is just unimaginably bad. It is. Well, because there's sort of like a U-shaped curve with badness where like, if it's good, you laugh. If it's like trying, but it's not really getting there, you're just, it just hurts and it's just disappointing and kind of bland. But then if it gets really bad, it goes like back up again. And that's Troll 2 and like Birdemic. Oh my God. Those two just destroyed me. Because I think I just really like surrealist humor in general. And because I'm sure you've all had the feeling where you're watching a movie and you just see the punchline of the joke coming and then it arrives and you sort of chuckle because it was like well executed, but you sort of saw that it was coming. When the movie is not even sure what's going to happen next, I just feel completely and utterly on my toes. Like this character might never even show up again. So when they do, it's like, oh, like, welcome back. You know, like, oh, I love really, really, really terrible movies for this reason.
All right, Troll 2. I've never seen Troll 2. Yeah. I know what it is, and I know it exists.
Oh my God, you're going to have a good day. You literally, you have to watch it tonight. You have to watch it.
I feel like I would not be able to appreciate it because I would just say, this is fucking stupid and turn it off.
You will absolutely howl, man. That's
maybe. We'll see. I'll report back. I'll let you know when I do indeed watch it. Maybe. Marcus, what's the movie that's made you cry from laughter?
The most recently was probably that Good Boys.
Good Boys.
Have you seen that with the kids?
Heard of it? Can you explain?
Oh my God, it is fucking hilarious. Like it's like 3 6th graders, and they like ditch school, and they're accidentally carrying drugs and. They're being hunted by these 2 teenage girls.
Seth Rogen was a part of that, right? In some
yes.
Okay.
And it has some like a lot of. It's one of those great movies where you get to watch it twice because you are laughing so hard that you are missing.
You're missing stuff,
things in the movie, and then you go back and you get the full experience. It is really funny. There is one scene in particular with like them crossing a road that is just like it's a weird feeling, you guys, because it is hilarious anxiety. It is like right, like I mean, those are 2 things that don't seem like they go together, but you are laughing your ass off, and you are also like, "Oh my fucking God!" Like I cannot believe this is happening right now. It's crazy.
Okay,
crazy.
What platform did you watch that on? Was that on the Amazons?
I watch everything on Vudu, dude. You know this.
Yeah, that's true. I shouldn't ask that. Sorry. Sjokz.
The
movie that
best
makes-
digital movie
Here we go.
platform
We're not
out
sponsored
there.
by Vudu. I have a hard time. People are like, who owns Vudu? I'm like, Walmart. They're like, oh, okay.
Well, Fandango just got in on it, so
Okay.
yeah.
So what do they
I
own?
don't
Like
know.
a stake in the company now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and then there's also like Movies Anywhere. Like I don't know, man. It's a
Movies Anywhere is like a general, not associated with
Digital
anyone. Yeah, they're just
library.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's the whole thing.
Dude, I'm so jealous.
Of
I'm
what?
so jealous of America. It's like living in Germany is like good for a lot of reasons and it's
Oh.
bad for a lot of reasons. One is that you can, first off, every movie that is shown in Germany or like on TV or like in the cinema, it's all dubbed in German, no matter what language it comes from. So the base, like, consumption of entertainment is in German. Now, I understand like the preservation of your own language in the own country, yes, but not for fucking movies that are not in German. And I am never going to watch, like, I speak German, I'm fluent, but I don't want to watch Star Wars in German. I don't want to watch freaking The Godfather in German.
What does Darth
Like,
Vader sound like in German?
I wouldn't know because I don't watch it.
I have to find that now.
Oh, we gotta.
Ugh.
I want to see Parasite dubbed in German, man. Like
You say that. You say
the
that.
Passion of Christ.
I cannot watch it.
It's probably
Oh
so much
my
more.
God.
Say that.
How do comedies work in German? Like in German, do they release comedies there? Do those come out in theater?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, there are some native German productions that are actually really good. Like Dark is on Netflix. That's a good show. That's
Yeah.
in German. That's great.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like Parasite, right? So I found now this loophole is that you can, like, Amazon Prime has a lot of titles, not sponsored. I mean, we're on Twitch, whatever. Amazon Prime has a lot of titles where everything is in original version without subtitles, which is fine. But movies that are in another language than English are then subtitled in German or dubbed in German. So I can watch Parasite dubbed in German or not at all.
Yeah.
And I still haven't seen it. It's
I still haven't
really
seen
frustrating.
Parasite either. Yeah, I haven't committed.
I feel so bad. I want to see it. Anyway, movie that's made me laugh. Anything dubbed in German. With laughing, it's the opposite of crying with me. Like I cry at everything, but I barely laugh at anything, even if it's really funny. So I'm gonna have to watch djWheat's suggestion. But
Oh.
yeah.
What's the funniest
with,
movie
like,
you've seen
comedians.
then, Sjokz?
Ooh.
So the Rise of Skywalker.
Is that your answer for everything today? Like, all right,
That's
let's-
my answer for everything. I can mention a Netflix comedy special that I found really hilarious, which is maybe breaking the rules, but it's true. It's Humanity by Ricky Gervais,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
Yeah.
wow.
Man, you're gonna
Wow,
get a lot
it's
of
really
YouTube
great.
comments. You're like just a gold mine for YouTube comments today. Liking that and then liking that as well. Mm-hmm.
Wait, people don't like Ricky Gervais?
Well,
What?
it's controversial. We'll just say that much.
Really? Not in Europe?
In America, I think it is. Yeah. Just go read his mentions every once
Get
in a
off
while.
your horse. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know what he's like. Just watching. Okay.
It's a thing. Let's
I'm
move on.
never
Don't
mentioning it
stop. Don't stop loving it, Sjokz.
Yeah. Yeah. I've watched that special too. I laughed as well. It's just
again. Yeah. It's
Ricky,
very
Ricky
on
is
point.
very dark humor. Like the darkest
Yeah.
humor.
Oh yeah, he is. I know. But he talks about that in Humanity, right? It's super interesting also, I think, for us specifically as content creators, that whole, obviously, the cancel culture thing and the whole, like, the context in which you make certain jokes and you're still a comedian, but obviously it shouldn't always be at the expense of someone, but then some people just can't take a joke whatsoever. But okay, he does, if this is the line, he kind of sometimes just pees on it,
Mhm.
but he does also make some
Yeah.
use of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an incredibly interesting sort of narrative that's happening in the world of comedians right now.
Oh yeah.
And it's fascinating. Like you look back at the comedians of the 80s and like holy shit, like some of the godfathers like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and I mean Sam Kinison, like it's just and what it is now, and some of the, Dave Chappelle's gotten a lot recently. He's gotten a lot of feedback, and really, his insights to it are great to hear. But one of the things too, he's just like, I'm not doing anything differently than what I used to do. He's like, I'm an older guy. I'm probably less funny, but this is what I did back then. Like, why is it okay? And look, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes because it's rough.
Yeah,
it's rough
for sure. For sure. Do you guys like Seinfeld at all? He's got a new comedy special coming out.
I would watch it.
Yeah. I watched all the comedians in cars getting coffee or whatever that obnoxious name for that show is, but it's because I think Jerry Seinfeld's out there. Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld's out there just unapologetic about being like a rich douchebag, and that's all that show is. He just talks about like how wealthy he is and how everyone is a little bit different in that regard.
Yeah, comedians sitting on bars of gold getting coffee.
Yeah, that's all that show.
Nice looking bar of gold.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, djWheat could be on that show with his houses. And
Wheat's actually going to be on the next season of Comedians Cars Getting Coffee. Yeah. There's
great. Awesome.
Yeah,
I'll be able to watch the premiere in that theater without my phone. It'll be
right.
It'll be great.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll go full meta on that shit.
Moving along with the rules. Rule number 6, you can't say we're going to save that for a show. There's no saving anything for another show. It has to be said. If you bring something up, you have to say it on this. That's mostly pertaining to
why
me.
is that a rule? Oh.
Just
wait, say that one more time.
You can't say we're going to save that for a show that you do.
Yeah, I do.
You just have to bring it up no matter what it is. Yeah.
Wait. Okay, back up. When would you ever do that?
Hey, let's talk about this thing on drop. Nope, we got to talk about it today. You can't save it for drop frames, which is another show I do.
Oh, okay.
You can't save, that type of stuff.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know.
mainly for me.
I think
I do multiple shows, so that's why.
No one is allowed to hide ducks under the table. That's a rule. I'm good. That's a good rule.
Yeah. Rule number 7, no hardcore politic conversation. Rule number 8, if someone doesn't get a joke, you have to explain it in full so they understand that's the worst/best rule, I think. So anything that someone doesn't get.
It's like streaming. It's great.
Yeah, you have to explain it. Wheat, this pertains to you and me, not the other two guests. But no, rule number 9, no saying that I might have talked about this on another pre-show. Just say it. Let the audience do the work. All right. Oh. So when we bring up the Ninja Food Saver again later today, you got to talk about it in full. Okay.
Fair.
All right.
Fair. Yeah, that makes sense.
Rule 9.5. Don't talk about show ideas on the show. Because you might as well just make it a show. You're just giving away content.
No suggestions. Okay.
Well, we'll get to that. Rule number 10. I have to explain this because I have to explain the joke. Mm-hmm. This is a Rami Ismail joke. No choking on stroopwafels. He choked on a stroopwafel on the show. So that was his rule that he added to the list, which we'll explain as well. I have to end every episode, but let's get the show started. That was rule 12. Rule 12.999. There can't be more than 13 rules. And rule number 13, any tweet about the pre-show has to use the official hashtag the pre-show.
Oh, I forgot to tweet. Let me
see. That's why it's a rule. It's
good. That's a good rule. That's a simple rule.
Yeah. And then the other rule is that the 3 of you get to make a rule sometime during the show.
That's 14, though.
No, it has to stay under 13. But you can have halves, you can have decimals, you can put it wherever you want in that list. It just can't be above 13.
When do we have to do we have to come up with it now, or can it?
No,
simmer?
It was just whenever. If we don't have one by the end of the show during shoutouts, I'll ask for it. So
okay,
that's all the show has structured for it. From here, I have no idea where we go, except for Sean. Do you remember when we wanted to do a show called Ketchup?
Yes.
That's what this show is. You're the originator of this show.
This is. I take the credit. Oh man, yeah, because I this relates back to something that we were saying before we went live, which is like, I kind of suck at just maintaining friendships. Like,
I think most streamers do, to be honest. Most content creators.
Yeah, because I like being alone. It's like really great. I was saying earlier, if I'm like, I miss Marcus, I'll like go to YouTube and I'll look up Marcus and I'll see him and I'll go, Marcus is a great guy. And I'll do that, a few
Yeah.
times a year, and then maybe see Marcus a year later, and I feel like we've gotten to hang out, and it's been good. But in terms of like the whole text you every Wednesday, happy Wednesday, how is it? And it's like, fine. It's fine. Like I don't know how to do that. I'm pretty bad at that. So I tend to like schedule work or an event or something like that. But I mean, even then, I'll go to an event and I'm like, I feel as though I'm tired, so I won't see any people this entire weekend.
Yeah.
It's almost like too easy to just chill by yourself lately. At least for me. That's sort of my natural habitat.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to just get away from everything most of the time. As long as you put your phone away. If you have your phone, it's a little bit harder to just get away from everyone. But yeah, just use Marcus's rule and go to another room and designate it. No phone room.
Well, yeah, I mean, like that's like
No
the whole
problem.
show. Like the whole Ketchup idea was like, dude, why don't we just like have a show where we just get together and we say the stuff that like I really struggle to just figure out how to make time to talk about, because there's something that's like programmed in me that like if I'm on camera, I'm doing the social push out,
You can just talk.
spending that energy there. Yeah, and then when the camera goes off, I just and I want to like read a book or like play a game.
So
in the
ketchup,
dark.
not ketchup. Ketchup.
No, ketchup like the condiment. That's the joke.
Yeah, you'll
Oh,
actually
that's-
understand that this
okay.
is actually quite funny. Huh?
Yeah, no, we're actually quite fond. I went as far as to had graphics made for it. That we went for a purple instead of red. Went for purple
We see-
ketchup.
do-
I tried to find it. I would have to go and look in DMs with Zook, which I can do here as the show progresses forward.
I'm
Excellent.
a mayonnaise girl myself, so.
Like on everything.
Mm.
Well, I'm from Belgium, so yes, there's actually a GIF out there, a GIF. I don't care. A
A
GIF.
GIF, you said it
of
right the first time,
Yeah, you
Sjokz.
said it
You're
right
all
the
good.
first time.
You said it right the
You're
first time.
good. You're good. You're good.
Oh my
You're
god,
good.
I love the save. Like you said it right. A GIF out there for me of like 7 years ago, where I used to be on Travis Gafford's talk show, State of the League. You must remember, such a
Yeah.
long time ago. And for some reason, I was still in my student dorm, and I had a jar of mayo just sitting on my desk because I do actually put it on everything, but it has to be refrigerated. And for some reason, I just like took a scoop, just ate it, and that was the gift forever. And I am not ashamed. Mayonnaise is great. Japanese mayo is even better. There you go. You can
Wait,
Google
what's-
that probably.
What's the difference between regular mayo and Japanese mayo? Is
I'm
it
not
made in
sure.
Japan?
Yes.
Let's find out.
Someone
I'm
do
actually not sure.
the research.
It's a-
Wheat.
It's healthier.
I'm
I
doing
guess
it.
there's a YouTube channel called Sam the Cooking Guy who uses it.
It's
all the
very
time.
easy. You ready? Japanese mayonnaise has a rich egg flavor because only egg yolks are used compared to the Western mayo that contains the entire egg.
Oh,
Nice.
So it's like using egg whites versus using just yolks. And the Japanese, who are arguably amazing, they are also elite because they just use the egg yolks. They're like, we can't be dealing with that fucking slimy other shit. We want
Yeah.
a rich
Yeah.
egg flavor in our Japanese mayo. That's why it's great. Sjokz is right.
Right.
there you go.
And mayonnaise actually is the best condiment, and mustard is below that, and ketchup is a garbage tier
no,
condiment.
mustard
Ketchup is-
mustard is awful. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Mustard's
is-
amazing.
Mustard is
Love
so
mustard.
bad. I would take
Oh,
ketchup
yeah.
any day of the week. Mayo's
Ketchup is
mayo's
like
fine.
sugary red
Yeah,
goo.
it's
Yeah.
good. It's delicious. Don't
That's
get
great.
me wrong. I love it. But, I
like,
could have
anytime
fries.
someone is squeezing ketchup out onto fries, I feel like they may as well just be eating fries with like cherry jello and just it goes so good together.
That'd
like-
be pretty good. I'd try that.
You're just like, oh yeah.
That's
So-
a good
Yeah,
idea.
How about this? How about this? Do you guys know what cocktail sauce is?
Of course.
Yes. Yeah. yeah.
I'm aware of this.
What is it?
I have
Cocktail sauce.
absolutely
Yeah. No.
no
you
idea.
That's it.
You
You
What do
lost
you mean,
it.
like
It's-
that you use for shrimp? No, don't say what I
Yes,
think you're
you
gonna say.
take mayo and you take ketchup and then you
Dude, that's how
whisk it
my
together.
mom used to make it for fish sticks. That is not actual cocktail sauce. That is like
Yes,
Wait, 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 wait,
oh,
wait.
cocktail sauce.
Wait, so you take wait.
Yes,
What, guys,
it's
what's cocktail
tartar
sauce? I
That
think.
is
Cocktail sauce is
that
what
is
you have
like
with shrimp.
homemade tartar sauce.
Wait, this
because-
is not. This
Okay,
is
wait.
not a
Belgian cocktail
sauce that
is apparently
participates
not the
in
same.
cocktails. Is this
No, not like a. Well, it's supposed to be
No.
like shrimp and cocktails. That's what why it's called cocktail sauce.
That is tartar
Belgian
Is
sauce.
that
cooking.
why that is called that thing?
I've assumed
Wait,
so
wait,
for
wait.
34 years of my life. I hope so.
Oh my
we go.
god!
Homemade
Everyone is wrong.
Wow.
tartar sauce.
No, tartar sauce is something different completely.
Yeah, tartar sauce is what you have with fish and chips.
Yeah.
And like mussels.
Yes.
And it's like thick white with green.
Yes. With
I'm
green
telling you
flakes.
guys,
Parsley,
this is
maybe. I
like
don't know.
this is like Midwest tartar sauce is ketchup and mayo mixed together.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Oh, dude, Midwest cooking is like,
I mean,
well,
I
let's
just
deep fry it again.
Is a
Dude,
recent
your
transplant to
chat-
the Midwest. I meant yes. Accurate.
Your
Oh
chat's
my
really
God.
hilarious. You know this, right? You knew this, of course, JP, but your chat's
I
really
am not
hilarious.
wrong.
Oh, what?
My
Don't compliment
Sorry.
my chat. Come on now. Let's not.
yeah, don't. My mom fed me that shit and called it tartar sauce. So if you think I'm wrong, every single one of you chatters, you need to go tell my mom that she was wrong. I dare you.
And here is her
dare you.
personal information.
And here's her phone number.
Harass my mother.
501.
And she likes all the Star Wars movies equally.
Uh,
Oh, it's so good.
Anyway, mayo rocks.
Mayo's pretty
Mayo's
good.
actually really good. Like mayo with French fries is pretty spectacular.
Yeah. Aaron's kid
Belgian
actually.
fries with mayo. Yeah.
Wait, what are Belgian fries? Hold on. What's a Belgian fry?
I know, I don't want to get into this necessarily because they're called French fries, just like the French annex everything. But there are a lot of really good fry shops in Belgium with
But what makes a
Belgian
Belgian
fry.
fry a Belgian fry?
Yeah.
you going to have to come to Belgium.
Is that your answer is that your way of saying you don't know what
my
makes
answer.
Belgian
Yeah.
fry? Okay. All right.
First thing that came up. What makes Belgian
Jesus.
fries different?
Chat says you
They're
fry them
fried
twice.
twice.
Yeah, they're twice fried fries.
That's-
Yeah,
And then
What?
you
Wait,
As a
can
is
do
Midwesterner,
Belgium,
tartar sauce,
is Belgium
which is
just
a
the
mixture of
Midwest of
ketchup and
Europe?
mayo.
Is that what? Is that what's happening?
I mean,
We're
it could be.
We're learning a lot about
Ay, ay.
Belgium.
Anyway, moving on because I'm like between the Ricky Gervais comment, the Rise of Skywalker,
Well, you've also
and the
just
mayonnaise. it's
You've insulted an entire country now, so
just- yeah.
Yeah.
calling
How
it
many
the
people
Midwest-
can I insult in one show? Apparently,
Is there? Do you know what
Lots.
Sjokz, do you know what the phrase Hoosier is? Have you ever heard that word? Like if someone's
He
Hoosier.
says the singer from "Take Me to Church."
I know that
that guy?
song, but wait.
It's Hozier. It was a joke. So
Oh,
that's a
oh,
singer, and
oh.
he made a song.
Oh, you explained the joke. There you go. Okay, thank you.
Oh.
That's a very
Oh.
funny joke. I got. I didn't understand what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do not understand enough cultural references almost ever, man.
Sjokz
I'm
is too hip for
really
us. We just don't.
No, I don't know what
it's
it
lost
is.
on me and Sjokz. Hoosier is like Midwest redneck. Would you agree to that? Wheat is someone from the is it more of a St. Louis term? I've
Like
recently
a
learned this term.
Hoosier, as in
It's
Hoosier. Isn't that
That's
like
an- yeah.
it's
Indiana.
it's a native or inhabitant of Indiana. There is a Gene Hackman movie called Hoosiers.
Yeah, but that's the
about,
movie. That's a sports thing.
yeah, they're from Indiana, aren't they?
Maybe.
Yeah, Hoosier, I believe, is just a term for Indiana folk.
Oh, see, we used it here in St. Louis as like a redneck equivalent. So if someone's Hoosier, they're like, I don't know, making meth.
That'd
I
be
don't
like
know.
calling ketchup and mustard or ketchup and mayonnaise tartar sauce. JP, that's dumb.
I was
I'm
just
not
curious
being
if there's
insulting.
a Belgian equivalent of the word Hoosier.
Of
If they're like, what is
Oh.
is there a redneck in
oh,
the Belgian world?
What's a Belgian redneck? How do they make their fries?
We need to know
What?
the derogatory words of Belgium. That's what we're getting at.
Oh, I need to think in Dutch or like in right now because we do have people. It's mostly from people because Belgium is very small. It only has 11 million people. Like people who live like in the countryside.
countryside,
It must
yeah.
be similar. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that I can say that isn't going to get me fired from all my current and future jobs because
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do
Holy
that.
shit.
I'm thinking about. We do
Don't
have
do
word for.
that.
I just actually googled what is the Midwest, or like what's part of the Midwest, because
Okay.
I didn't really know.
Yeah.
But
Did it
think-
show you photos of tornadoes and TGIF Fridays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Applebee's. Yeah.
and of
Applebee's,
tartar
yes.
sauce.
Yeah. And tartar sauce. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Ay.
Oh shit. That's too funny.
I think we call them like farmers, like boeren, like farmers, like the people from in the West Flanders, from like way out on the. I'm from the West
Mhm,
Flanders myself,
mhm.
so I already have kind of like an accent that isn't that well regarded. So I guess,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. There you go. Learning something
Learn
new
something every day.
Yeah.
I love my country.
Nice. Great. It worked out great. It's beautiful. Wheat. We're storming right here. Have you had brush with tornadoes yet in the Midwest out there in Nebraska?
Oh no, we haven't. In fact, we've had a couple of decent thunderstorms, but
Yeah.
overall, I feel like we could use several more.
Yeah.
And
that's
my
too bad.
lawn needs water.
Oh
So
my god.
Yeah.
I love
I-
thunderstorms. They're great.
Yeah. We're in.
No, they're very scary.
Are they
They're
really?
Well,
You don't like
incredibly
thunder?
frightening. I do not like. Okay, so here's the thing. For any of you
I
who
love them.
didn't grow, okay, this is one of these sort of cultural things that never occurred to me when I moved to California, which is that you don't have tornado drills in
Yeah.
California,
Right.
and you don't have basements in
We
California.
didn't have them
like
in
Kansas.
Texas either. Coming up here, I hate them now.
Yeah. Oh my! Like literally, my heart rate is beginning to go up just talking about it. Like every month you get that, like,
Dude, it happens the
like,
first Tuesday of every month. It happened this morning at 11, and I'm like half asleep,
Yeah.
and Aaron's watching TV or playing Animal Crossing or something, and the
It's
sirens
very
go off,
scary.
and I go, "What the fuck?" Oh my! And she goes, they're just practicing. They're just seeing if they're working. It's not a
They're just-
tornado."
They're just training.
Yeah.
But then there's weird things like, a common sign that tornadoes are going to happen is the sky's green.
Yeah.
And when you say this, like, oh yeah, sky turns green, that actually sounds like bad anime, right? It sounds like a weird thing to say, but you can actually look and,
Clean the sky.
oh my god, yeah, like you'll see the sky's green, and you'll be like, well, let's park the car indoors tonight so it doesn't get destroyed with hail. And then you're like trying to sleep, and then you hear that rumbling thunder, and then that, and you're like, all right, let's turn on the TV in 1999 and see if we're going to be dead soon, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's just going to kill the people in Overland Park. It's fine.
Right.
We're going to go
Yeah,
there.
it's always like it barely misses. At least in my experience, it's always barely missed me. But the place where it did land, like homes were destroyed, people died. It's like, oh, that's not fucking relief. Like,
No,
that's
it's
not-
I know what you
Oh
mean,
my God.
JP. Because growing up, right, I don't think we had so many tornadoes, so many watches, so many warnings.
sure, yeah,
Like
Yeah.
the city of Omaha never really got hit, and Lincoln never got hit, right? The two places in Nebraska where, like any major storms could really do some intense damage. And like damage has been done, but not to the effect that we've seen even this year, and right in some of the southeastern states.
yeah.
But I think that's one of the reasons why. I mean, like, I'm from Nebraska, you're from Kansas, right, Sean? Like, so there's like a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys suffer some pretty catastrophic damage over the years down there. Like, Nebraska's kind of been like, this crazy cool thing's happening. It went right by us, and again, and then another year,
Yeah,
like, whoa, that one went right by us. So it's like it's weird. There's a different attitude.
You have
About
devastation
I don't-
envy. You want to be completely destroyed like my town was. Okay. What about
No,
winter? Do you get like winter
no,
storms
no,
that knock out power?
Wait, what was that?
What's that?
Say that again.
Do you get like winter storms that knock out power?
Yeah,
We have.
yeah, I've had those before.
Because I mean that was like a once or twice a year thing growing up. Where it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, oh yeah, the power's just going to be out for a few days.
I hate telling the story, but we had 1 year, Aaron, I'll tell you why I hate telling it at the end, but you'll probably know why. Aaron was in San Francisco on a work trip for Twitch, and I was here alone with, I think it was just me and the cats. I don't think we had the dog yet. And the power went out because the power line froze, and there was someone working like
Oh no.
the cable provider was out working on the power line because it was out. The reason that I hated it the most is because our house is so smart homed that I couldn't fucking do I couldn't throw away trash because our trash, you have to say open can to open the can. There's no manual for our trash can.
Oh my God.
I couldn't do anything.
So you just walked around holding the garbage.
Yeah, I just had garbage.
Aaron came
I would
back.
just like set garbage down at random places because I couldn't do anything.
Oh,
I had no
it's
power.
so good.
And it was like 20, I think they lasted like 26 hours or something like that of no power.
Jesus.
It was good Twitter content because the phone still worked. I just couldn't, I had to be careful about expending too much energy on the cell phone or it would have lost power. But yeah, or lost charge, I should say. But
I'm so like, whoa, you have so many natural disasters over there in America. Also like the earthquake threat, obviously in California.
Yeah.
The tornadoes, the storms, like the floods.
Yeah, we
Damn.
fucked up a lot over here, Sjokz. So we're just getting paid back.
What is,
I mean,
is that
it's
all?
like,
Is that
it's
all
all our fault.
fracking or what is that? I mean,
yeah.
Dude,
Uh,
it's
Definitely,
actually-
the kaiju's all live under the United
Yeah,
States
they're
for
pissed.
sure. This is
100%.
just,
Well,
yeah.
the Midwest
well,
is
we get 'em
actually
here
like
too.
weird. Like it's weird how incredibly violent the Midwest is in terms of like just weather, where it's like
weather.
severe storms all year round of different forms, and then just like really, 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 really hot summers.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah, we
like
do-
look at. Sorry, go ahead.
No, don't interrupt. Rule number
No,
whatever.
no, but there's a delay, and I can't tell if I'm interrupting you or you're interrupting me because if that's what's
I don't-
happening,
I
then
don't know
give
who
me a minute.
wins.
I'm almost done. Right?
We're going to have a politeness battle. I don't know who wins here.
I know.
You go
Look,
ahead.
it's actually crazy, like the proportion of how many tornadoes are in the Midwest versus like the rest of the world. It's like some.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up right now. It's so crazy that I don't recall it
Well,
offhand. Let me-
do tornadoes even, where else do tornadoes naturally occur in the world? Is someone who's super ignorant about the rest of the world, where do they naturally occur? I don't know if you can make like a man-made tornado, so I don't know why I'm saying naturally. But
Are you, are you kidding me?
where
You
else
can
do they
empty your
occur?
Yeah.
bathtub and make a man-made tornado, man.
We don't.
Simple
We have floods and stuff, and there are storms, obviously, and the occasional invasion of the Germans and stuff. But there isn't as many. It seems like in like areas like it doesn't happen as often as crazily as it does apparently in the Midwest. But there's also been really bad floods, like in my hometown and stuff like that for sure. But it just seems even more crazy. That was a joke about the Germans, by the way.
No, we got
It's
it.
a World War II
Yeah.
reference.
Oh,
Same
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Okay,
We were just
No, it's-
moving past it, so you yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's okay.
He didn't need to
I
explain.
Always gotta
mean, they
explain it.
blitzkrieged right through our country. Like I can make jokes about it now, right? No,
Yeah.
it's fucking terrible. But
They're
yeah.
Sean,
Yeah, I just want to.
Sean, what are you drinking there? What's in your glass?
So this is a coffee mug.
Okay.
This is now empty. And I normally like to have a really big mug for water, but it's currently in the dishwasher, so I have this mug for water, and I also have this mug for water.
Yeah, you got a lot of mugs.
Well, they're all empty now.
Wait,
and I'm
what's
thirsty.
the mug in your left hand say?
It says assume fusion.
What?
What does that mean?
What?
What does that mean? It says assume fusion.
Where the fuck is
I-
that from?
It's not clear. I think there's maybe
Explain
been
the
someone
joke.
You gotta explain the
Sean.
joke. Who gave that to you? Where's
Well,
it from?
who's some people assume fission, but they shouldn't, according to this mug. I have no clue. I think I actually just went through a period where I was just like, all right, I need mugs. So anytime I was at a store, Target, Goodwill, whatever, I would just like get mugs. And so it is a complete scatter of weird things. My favorite though is when I lived in LA, my roommate had his family, like an image of their vacation on the outside of a mug, and I took one of those when I moved out.
Naturally.
I just have one of Asher's family vacation. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah. Huh.
really good there.
I've
They're good
recently
people, so.
also stolen Aaron's Twitch ambassador mug, and this is my
Oh, that's
favorite.
pretty cool.
It's a Yeti mug, not sponsored, but this is. I've had Diet Coke in here for 3 days. It's still cold. Doesn't make sense. How do they do it?
Wow.
How does that make
What?
sense?
Incroyable.
That's nasty.
No.
Sorry.
Hasn't been 3 days. It's just ice. It's been in here since the morning and it hasn't melted. See? It's just natural ice.
That's
Wow.
mad, actually. That's crazy.
I bet that it's just stunt ice. Maybe it's just an image of ice
They just have ice.
taped to the bottom. That look at this, look, and I hold it upside down, and it doesn't come out. It's anti-gravity, forever
Yeah.
cold ice.
Yeah, natural ice as opposed to man-made ice. Exactly. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
We're all about the natural, organic ice here. We don't.
Organic ice for sure.
Yeah,
Grass
to go.
fed.
grass-fed, natural ass organic ice
From the Midwest.
from the Midwest. Exactly. Not to be confused with natty ice. That's something completely different. That's you don't want to drink natty
What's
ice.
that? You need to explain. I mean, it's not a joke, but still.
I mean, it just didn't land. It was a bad joke. Natty Ice is a really bad beer here in the
In the
US.
Midwest, its consumption is a rite of passage for young men.
Yeah. Think of like the worst beer you can, like light beer that you can think of, and then dumb it down a little bit more, and that's Natty Ice.
And then add a bunch of water to it.
And put a
there
bunch
you
of
go.
water
You
into
got-
it. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
talking Budweiser levels or like worse? Or
worse. Like Budweiser is like
Far
here,
worse.
and like Natty Ice is like down here.
it's like there. Okay.
Natty Ice is what poor college freshmen drink because they can't afford Bud Light
Right. That and
Yeah.
Keystone.
and Keystone Light. Yeah,
That's
Keystone
the-
Light.
Keystone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's horrible.
I've never had
I-
Natty
I-
Ice, to be honest. I don't drink a
They-
lot of
they're-
beer.
yeah, I don't know.
We just
John's
killed
like
the
having
mood.
these flashbacks, like,
No, I really am. I really, because my high school was an all boys Jesuit preparatory school that was about
Oh
football.
man.
Every teacher there was coach. Everyone was
Yeah.
coach.
Oh, yeah,
and, man, so there's just a bunch of like testosterone fueled bros who want to try to outdrink each other before the Rockhurst High School football game, which was the highlight of the week. And at that time, Nick and I were still just playing StarCraft because some things never change. We would just go to LAN parties and have the bros make fun of us and whatnot. And Natty
Wait,
Light,
the bros went. Sorry to I'm going to interrupt. The bros went to the LAN parties as well, or they just knew about it?
they would not.
Oh, okay. I was trying
No,
to say,
they were-
You had to clarify.
They were not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's like word gets out when you're in a tough sportsy school. This
Gotcha.
guy's a nerd. Ugh.
Nerds.
Beat him up. He plays games. Yeah, it was. So yeah, all the PBR and Natty Light stuff. It sort of intermeshed with those memories. So I'm just like,
Not fond. Not fond.
Yeah.
Sjokz, is there what's considered a bad beer in Belgium? Because Belgium, I think, is like pretty proud of their alcohol. Are they not?
Yeah. Well, yes, and their alcohol problems. So we've got. She says, sipping some wine. It's 10 p.m. here, okay?
Yeah. No, it's fine. No one's judging.
So you have like blonde beer, right? You have the light blonde beer. So you have Stella, which you guys have as well, and Jupiler, which are kind of they vie for the same market share, but they're the same and they're not considered bad. They're like a light blonde beer, which is really good.
Okay.
You have really good. I think how does it translate? Abbey beers, like brewed,
Oh, yeah.
brewed in Abbeys are really good, but they're really heavy too. And
Yeah, the
like
Trappist
everyone
ale.
hates Heineken. Everyone hates Heineken for sure, because it's kind of the same. It's just like a watery beer. So
Watery
it's
hop?
kind of the same. I guess it's the same. Don't you guys think Heineken is shit too, or is that not the shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if it's. I don't necessarily drink
Heineken
it.
is the beer I go to if I see Bud Light, Coors Light, and Heineken. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
You
a
can have a Heineken. That's a good way. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, and
there you go.
I agree with that.
it's consolation beer in America is really what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Can I
but
also
I
ask
will
you a
say,
controversial question? Sorry, go ahead.
no, I want to hear this controversial
what's the
question. What I
controversial
was going to
question?
say was
Let's-
going to be not interesting for sure.
All right. So we had the whole. Okay, we covered Star Wars, Ricky Gervais, and mayonnaise. I think IPA beers are not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right,
I just
Sjokz.
don't
They
like
fucking
it.
suck.
That
They're
shit
bad.
suck.
They're bad
They
beers.
taste like fucking ass. And
They
you
do.
go into a bar in San Francisco and there's like fucking 81 IPAs
They're
and
all
they
bad.
all taste exactly the fucking same.
I agree.
You know,
Sorry,
so I will. A couple things. First of all, there's some IPAs that just taste like drinking a plant. And often when I'm drinking beer, I'm not interested in drinking a plant.
Right.
But I think I broadly would say I don't have much of an issue with IPAs specifically. I have a big issue with IPA people. You know, where
Sure.
IPA has
Right.
seeped into their identity, and they're like, "Excuse me, you're drinking a Corona? That's not a real beer." Like, I actually have sort of receded back because, like, when I was in my 20s, I really liked the thick, soupy quadruple, like the sort of like a loaf of bread as a beer.
Still love that, Sean. Come on.
Yeah. Well, but now if I have like a half a bottle of that, my whole face swells up and becomes hot. And when I try to lie down to sleep, I'm just sweating. My body's drenched. It's just trying to process what I put into it. And increasingly, I just really like these beers that are more or less fizzy water with a twinge. You know, just something like kind of gentle.
What-
you know, it's just
What's an
What is
example?
that?
What's an example?
Yeah.
like I really like Sapporo.
Okay.
A lot. It's just
All right.
it's not super
Oh,
strong. It's a little
sure.
salty. It's a little. It's a little
Bit of
bitter, you
height
know?
too. Yeah.
Oh my god, Height beer is the best. Height's the best. Fucking love Height. I forgot it existed because I haven't been to a Korean barbecue in a while. Oh yeah, Height's real good. Yeah, it's just it's a little light, it's a little bubbly, and some of the IPAs that are like little light, little don't have a ton of flavor. It's pretty good. It's like not bad.
I'm so like, thank you for.
I'm stuck on
that.
beer.
Everyone can drink what they like. Obviously, I just don't like it. And I think very often someone's like, "This is my favorite IPA." You are going to.
Oh yeah,
love.
no, they're fanatical over IPAs for
And
sure.
then you drink it, and you're like, it really has the same like kind of, as you say, like planty aftertaste thing
It's the hops.
that a lot of them have. Yeah, the hop, right? I guess. But if it's like, no, I don't even have words for it. But some people might like them, and I've drank good ones as well. But it was really, I had to look for them. And I just think like when you're from Belgium, when there's so many great local beers, and they're like, oh, we brought this over on like a boat, which from I don't know, America or something.
From
You're
an
like,
underground
but why?
cave.
But why? That's kind of the point.
Yeah. I think California is mostly IPA land. I know like San Diego specifically has a lot of IPA breweries down there, and San Francisco as well. But
I mean, they've got a lot. Let's be fair. They do, but they got some hella good breweries that don't do fucking anything.
Yeah.
Russian River, Mother Earth. There's some killer breweries down there.
yeah, we have a local brewery that does IPAs. They actually have I think it's called like the Sativa or something like that. I don't know why they call it that, but that's what it's called. It's actually the only like IPA I've ever enjoyed, but it might have also had some sort of drug in it. So that might be why. You never know. Yeah. I don't.
Right.
Yeah,
bad.
that's strange. I'm with you, Sjokz. I don't know. They all taste the same to me.
Yeah.
And I've
Maybe
heard
too
I like
cool, though.
stouts and ales and some like I like darker stuff. But like, and I get people have said the same thing about stouts to me. Like I've tasted one, I've tasted them all, and I'm like, I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But
Maybe move on from alcohol or what?
Well, what about where does everyone sit in the hard liquor world? The actual interesting alcohol.
So
Gin
can I just
tonic.
say,
Gin and tonic,
Yes.
that's your preferred drink?
Yeah.
You had to think about that for a second. What was competing for gin and tonic spot?
yeah,
Like cosmopolitans, but I just found that was like so such a like typical. It's like, oh, I saw Sex in the City 10 years ago, and I started drinking that. It's whatever.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
But
they're
they
not
are good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
I was just gonna say we've been talking about alcohol for a long time, and I don't, want to create the idea that that's all we talk about.
It's like we can't talk about work or games. All right, what are you drinking?
Alcohol. There's no rules except for the ones we already read. So we can talk about whatever. So Cosmo, gin and tonic for Sjokz. Sean, where are you at now? I've known in Wheat as well. Wheat doesn't usually do too much in the liquor world, at least when I first met him. Sean was the opposite, where Sean was very much in the liquor world. Now it sounds like you're back in the beer land.
I don't know. I just like to go to bed lately is really my thing. Like, yeah, because like I sort of go through phases where I just like won't buy any alcohol, and then I'll go, oh yeah, I haven't had X thing in a while. Let me get some of that. And they don't make day nines like they used to, you know. Like
True.
I'll have some whiskey and just will sleep terribly, and then I can't yell about video games professionally very well, so I want to not do that. But right now, my current if you had to force me to pick one, it would be soju. Soju is really nice.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Do you like a cold or a warm soju?
I don't actually have much of a preference.
Just soju in general?
Yeah, I guess room temperature soju.
Okay, you're in the middle. Gotcha. Understand.
Yeah.
Marcus, what about you? Are you still a Blue Moon man? Where do you reside in the drinking world of hard liquor?
Hard liquor?
Yeah, because
no,
Blue Moon
like,
is always what you used to drink. Even when there was hard liquor around, you'd still go Blue Moon.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the wheat beer, right? But you know, I like my
His name is
safe
Wheat for those not.
I know,
That's the joke.
Yeah, haha.
Yeah.
I like my safe, my literally like my esports gaming drink for the longest time was just like Red Bull and vodka, but that shit's terrible for you.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing that, and then I just had vodka and orange juice. But lately, since I've been at home, my wife has been making peach mules, and it's a Moscow mule, but it has peach Crown Royale, ginger ale, and lime, and oh my god, they are fucking delicious. So that's like literally all I've drank during quarantine.
That sounds good.
I mean, I drink beer, obviously, but if I'm drinking anything hard, no water, just mule. No, I'm just like, whenever I'm having a drink, I am drinking. That is not all I am drinking.
Great.
People don't take it out. Yeah.
That sounds great. Does Jen have like an Etsy where she'll have like hand-sewn bags full of peach mule and ship those out, man? That sounds awesome.
Well, the funny thing is, apparently peach crown is hard to get.
Really?
And like my mom or my wife won't even like tell me where she gets this peach crown from. Like, yeah, like she magically comes up with these like 8 bottles. I don't know.
She's gone for days at a time and comes back with peach Crown Royale. She just won't speak to me about
Cops
it.
are going to be here soon, honey. Just act normal.
At night.
She comes back at 4 a.m. and she's breathing heavy and she's just white knuckles gripping a peach Crown Royale on him.
Listen,
and it's really
I know
good.
it's
I don't
weird.
ask questions.
She tells me everything, but she will not reveal where the fuck she's getting this peach Crown Royale at. So I don't know. I guess now I'm curious.
Yeah, now you gotta figure it out, or just leave it alone. I don't know which one's better. I don't know where
to buy Crown Royale.
Well, the peach version. I didn't even know they made that, but I guess it makes sense. I'm on a whiskey kick. That's all I drink lately. It's just normal straight Japanese whiskey. Simple and easy.
Simple man with simple pleasures.
I did. If we want to talk about ridiculous prices of alcohol, I did recently find a $20,000 bottle of whiskey from Japan that I almost bought for the wedding that we had delayed. But I'm glad to report that I didn't spend $20,000 on a bottle of alcohol. Feel pretty good about that.
That said, patreon.com/roleplay where you'll find how to support everything JP does.
Right.
If we get to the next tier, I'll just buy this bottle. Thanks so much for your support.
There were no charges actually in May, so we skipped a month. So you don't have to actually go.
It reminds me of if you get to that tier, I'm just gonna buy it. It reminds me of that clip most recently of the Twitch streamer who had this like clip go viral of her being like, $5, it's not a lot of money, if you can sit there and watch me. I was like, I was thinking it was a plant.
Oh yeah.
Because it must have been. Like, that's not possible. Or is it?
It was possible. I mean, yeah, it eventually just turned out into a viewer bait, but it's because people blew it up. That's the same reaction, I would think. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a scary world out there, Sjokz. Be careful.
It's true. It's very scary. You got to be careful.
Be careful.
For sure.
I mean, yeah, I think her Twitch channel is out of commission or something now. I mean, we could ask djWheat. He knows all that. He just has that information.
Wheat handles
in his
moderation.
head.
Yeah, ask
and
me
that's-
anything. I'll answer anything about Twitch that you want to know right now. Anything. One free question. Here you go.
There's a whole room devoted to just operating Twitch in djWheat's house.
It's
Just
true.
Go in
He
there.
has the Twitch room. It's just
Buttons
purple
and
everywhere.
The
This
Willy
is the one
Wonka
time
room.
we're going to break the rule about
Oh
work.
shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Forgot.
It's fine. It's fine. Sean, where do we go from here? What have you been doing besides working? What's the
Good question.
Corona life
Ooh.
like for Sean? Besides the
Well,
work,
I walk the Sean every morning to make sure the Sean doesn't
you have to.
get irritable from having too much energy. I wasn't doing that for a bit, and then I looked at my phone's health trends, and it's like in the last week you walked an average of 300 feet.
Is that like looking at your stocks where it's just plummeting?
Yeah, no, I mean it looked like there was an error, like there were no bars loading, and then I clicked, and it's just like 27 feet on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So honestly, I've just been doing that, and there's been this sort of continuous thrum of stress. Just because, it's stressful to be in the midst of a pandemic, I think. So, man, last week, I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it. Like, I'd go live and be like, hey, everyone. Everyone would be like, hey. And I'd be like, I'll be back in 15 minutes. To wait, screen back up. I mean, I was downright irresponsible last week as a content creator. I think I ended every show 1 hour early. And one of those was because Comcast internet gave out. But, yeah, I have not been doing terrifically much. I've been trying to read books again, seeing my bookshelf all full of titles that I either want to revisit or just bought and never got around to, doing a little bit of that.
You read physical
Doing
books
the-
or like the fucking
I read
Amazon thing?
conceptual books. I know. I like physical books. I don't
Okay.
I don't like Kindle where you just kind of
Kindle.
hold it. And
That's
you
what I was
just
going for. That shows
squeeze
how
the
much I
side.
read. Couldn't even think of the fucking
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
Dude, books are awesome. Books are awesome
Yeah.
because on a physical book, there's no fucking notifications. If I'm on my book, it's not just like, hey, would you like fitness pills? I'm like, oh no, let me go back to reading my book. Right? You just read the book, and it's not like Simon was just like, hey, Sean, long time no see. Can you retweet my latest YouTube video? Like, fucking minimize Simon, go back to reading the book. Like, that doesn't happen. You can just read a book, and then when I'm done, I can read another book. Oh, it's so good because there's this other thing that sort of gets to me about the way a lot of content works, where it feels a little bit like popping snacks. There will be this clip or this post or this tweet or this YouTube video that's 3 minutes long, and it's really nice to just sit down and consume something like a 40-hour experience, reading through these books of this book series is really nice. So I've been trying to get more in the habit of doing that, because I find that anytime I'm trying to do some new habit, it takes me 3 hours before I'm not forcing myself to do it anymore. Before my body kind of is like, ooh, it's 10. Maybe we should read before bed, something like that.
On the
been
topic
nice.
of e-readers and Kindles, I'm the same. I love books and I love physical copies of books and just smelling the pages. I don't know if it's that weird, but that's just I like that. I also like when you've had a book that you really like and you've read a couple of times and you've maybe taken it on holiday and it has some sand or the pages are a bit scuffed or whatever, but it's been through
Yeah.
things with you. But I think
Yeah.
for people like us, yeah, it's book porn. But
That's
for people
that's a
like
different
us,
type of book.
Oh, okay. Oh no, not a porn book. A book porn. For people like us who travel a lot, though, I was also of I want the physical copy, but it's just really hard to get if you're on a 6-week trip to take 3 books. So then I started using the Kindle, and what I will say is that it's helped me, especially because English isn't my first language. The X-ray function and the dictionary function there is godlike, though, and the fact that you can just be, this character I don't really remember, and then it finds the passage before that where he or she was mentioned in. that is like crack. That is really,
Huh.
really. I mean, not that I'd know, but it's really good. So that I miss, and now if I read a physical book, I just like I tap the word, and then nothing happens, and I feel like an idiot for a minute, and then I keep.
I
You
wanna
know,
go-
Sjokz.
Well, go
I,
ahead.
well, I was
Go
gonna say,
back.
like, I can help solve this problem. So, see, if you just like buy 13 iPads and then you use each one as you're reading a new book, then you still get that new book smell, but it's an iPad.
I
Like,
thought you were
it's
going to
just
say, I can
really
solve this
easy.
problem. Crack is really bad.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on the not that
Yeah,
I would
but
really know comment. But
But instead, Marcus does propose for reading the technophile multi-screen looks like Tom Cruise from Minority Report. I'm fucking reading data. Like, yeah, like, let me tell you, I actually love the opposite, Sjokz, where I'm reading a book and I see a word that I don't know, and I just think, I wonder what that means. And I just love that. I love the sort of disconnection from all this going.
do you just move on?
Wait,
after
and you
that?
don't look it
the
up?
fuck?
You don't look it up?
I will look it up later, but sometimes I don't. I just relish not being fucking plugged in and just wondering. Oh,
I get
a
that.
menhir. I wonder what a menhir is. Oh, I assume it's
Okay,
a
cool.
thing because there's a person sitting on it,
Yeah.
And see if you
and
can
then later
deduct
I'll-
it from the clues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Detective Day9 on the case. I get my smoking pipe, my bottle of soju, and I'm reading. I'm just like, I'll figure out these words soon enough.
Jesus.
This seems like a very natural break to just bring up the fact that Brandon Sanderson released Stormlight, The Way of Kings for free today. It's
Oh.
Oh,
free.
yeah, I thought you were going to say the fourth book. What are you
No.
doing to me?
Whoa.
No, that comes out
Why
in
would
November.
you
But
do
the
that?
first book,
Why would
Sjokz,
you
so
do that?
that people can join us on this incredible life-changing journey, is free. You can
Free
You can
how
get that,
I
though?
feel
right?
so juked.
Like
Well,
free in what ways? Like what are we talking? You got to go to like
I don't know,
Every
like
other
the-
page
the
asks you
Way
if you'd like a
of
free
Kings
month.
Is
of
there
YouTube
like
Premium.
DLC? Do you have to like add in a monthly thing? Like
No, man. No.
what is this old content called book and how does it work, Marcus?
Man, I don't know. It's like a PDF. It's on their site. It doesn't matter. It's free,
Okay.
man.
It's
We're
free.
excited to
It's
release
free.
the adjectives DLC. Every description now is buffed with adjectives instead of simply proper nouns.
I wonder if there's like a marketing person somewhere in the giant skyscraper of book, right? The people that work for book, the company, that's trying to figure out how to add DLC style microtransactions into books.
Kindles? Yeah, probably.
Probably a thing,
Nah.
right? Like buy an extra chapter for $5.
X-ray seemed like the way to go.
Does X-ray cost more? Do you have to be like a Kindle subscriber to get that?
You have to be Amazon subscriber, I think. And that's when you
Well,
have
there you
Kindle.
go. It's already
you
been
can
solved.
buy them from
That's
Amazon,
the
so.
DLC. That's how they got you.
Yeah.
They had a fucking
Yeah.
dictionary to the book.
So
That's how it
who
works.
would win in a fight?
Between
Paladin or Kavot?
Oh, you mean
Is that
Kvothe
how it's
from?
pronounced?
It's
Oh,
Kvothe,
Kvothe.
like Kvothe.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Kvothe.
Kaladin
Yeah, yeah.
would fucking destroy his face.
I don't know what's happening.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah, dude, man.
1,000%.
Yeah, Kaladin
It's
would
not even a
demolish,
contest.
and Kvothe would go write a really impassioned forum post about who really won.
And then perform it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, I think you might be right.
Yes.
that's a very center of the Venn diagram joke.
There are so many things I didn't realize that people like everyone in chat like Kavot is like a wuss, like he's not. It's very people feel really strongly. Do you know who we're talking about? Actually,
Not a
This is
fucking
great.
clue. No, never heard. No, I know. You're talking about the name of the wind or whatever is Kavoth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Yeah.
Paladins from Stormlight. Yeah.
Kaladin.
Dude,
Kaladin, not Paladin.
JP, I know that if you listened to
I've tried
The graphic
I've tried
audio.
to start both of those books,
okay,
and I've gotten about
Okay.
100 pages in, and then my phone got some sort of notification, and I said, "Oh," and then I threw the book into the fire and moved on with life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I
Okay.
can't.
Into the fire.
I can't. I guess I would think it started with like World of Warcraft. My ADD that it was implanted on me from playing games and having a shit ton of monitors in front of me and so many different ways people can come at me. I just can't read anymore. It's impossible for me to focus on a singular thing. Like even right now, I'm focusing on you guys. I'm focusing on chat. I've got Slack open in case anyone needs to message me. I've got Erin's WhatsApp open in case she's wanting to ask about dinner because it's almost dinner time. Like I just have to do so many things at once or I don't
I
feel
find
normal.
I need like a 5-minute buffer between like doing something and then reading, where I just like need because I don't know, it feels just fucking heat in my head of just like too much stuff to keep track of lately.
Yeah.
And I just need to just, and then I can read. Like, I find it, again, that's what impresses me so much about Marcus. Marcus would be like, hey, yo, what's up, Sean? Boom. And now you're reading. Like, you would just, like a magician. It was like a sorcerer who was just like, it's media time. Like, I was crazy, man.
Marcus has always
Stunning.
been like that.
Marcus is a complete media vore, man. It's incredible.
He does.
You do.
Marcus probably watches the most, and I think he's actually pretty proud of this himself. But he probably takes in the most media of anyone I know. From like books to movies to TV, Marcus usually watches most of that shit. I can bring up mostly any like series that I've watched in the past 6 months, and Marcus will be like, "Oh yeah, it was all right. Have you seen this?" And then he'll say some random shit.
Can I ask you guys about something I hope you've seen that nobody of my friends have seen besides one because I kept badgering her with it?
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
you have actually. I don't know if you ever
What?
finished it.
Oh
JP.
yeah. No, I know
Oh.
what you're gonna go. Marcus, I
The
don't think
Leftovers.
has finished it. I don't know. if
Oh my
Sean's watched
God.
it.
What? Are you shitting me?
Oh, okay. Marcus.
Not
So
finished
good.
it? Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so good. It is the best thing that nobody knows about. How does nobody know about this show? It is
I think
so good.
It's because the Lindoff did Lost, and so many people were so
Yeah.
upset at the end of Lost that they're like, "Well, I'm not going to watch this next thing."
Well, Lost is still a goddamn masterpiece. All those people
Yes.
are fucking idiots, man.
See-
But Leftovers is like Leftovers. What I feel like Leftovers is like, all right, I did Lost. I learned a lot from telling stories in a super unique way.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to deliver like the perfect 3-season fucking show. And it
so
is.
good.
It's incredible. I think that show brings out a damn near every single emotion that a person can feel through its entire watch, and it's crazy.
I would say to the extreme. Like it brings out extreme emotions for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
God, you're just so stressed watching a lot of those episodes, like especially the first season.
first season's fucking.
Oh.
It's a hard watch, but it's hard watch. Like it's
Yeah.
rough. It's real rough.
Gut-wrenching.
Yeah. Sean, do you know anything about
Love
The
it.
Leftovers? Do you know what that show is at all?
I started it and then put it down because it didn't do much for me.
Yeah.
I think
Some people, yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, I mean, let me open my heart to you guys, okay? I am a not sophisticated person. I want pulpy action. I want the protagonist to get together in the end. I want all the plot threads resolved. I want crisp pacing.
Mm.
Like the the two examples of perfect Sean plot media is 24. Okay,
Okay,
24.
yeah.
Just like
24 is
super-
good.
And
Yeah.
and Korean dramas. That's it. Like I want pulp. I really like pulpy things. So when I was watching The Leftovers, there's like I got some good songs to add to my playlist from the 3 to 4 minute long scenes of people in slow motion looking left and right through trees that were empty and dark, and then them lying in their bed looking out the window and sighing as they smoked a cigarette, and I needed something to explode or someone to betray another person, but it was just like a lot of stillness and
Yeah.
I got shit to do, man. Okay.
Then I recommend.
And
well, you're not done yet. Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
I mean, it's one of these things that actually I kind of go back and forth on feeling a little weird about, because I feel like I don't get it. There's been a lot of media that I've watched and been like, and then I watched it again and I was like, this is fucking incredible. Weirdly, that happened to me with Mad Max Fury Road. I don't know if I was in a weird mood when I saw it. The first time I saw it, I was like, first time I watched it, I was like, this is all right. Then the second time I watched it, I was like, this is one of the most extraordinary technical achievements and storytelling achievements that has ever occurred. So this is
fucking
this
great
is the shit
movie.
right here. Oh my god, it's incredible. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little temperamental, and instead of unleashing my moods at other people, I just watch media and go, "That's not that good." Like maybe that's how I cope. Maybe I'm a shitter in that regard. But I don't know. Leftovers, when I first watched it, didn't really do that much for me. But in terms of like the tone of it, it's kind of funny that it, in a lot of ways, feels a little similar to a series I recently watched called Devs. Have you guys seen Devs?
I know I've been told to watch it by countless people, but I've not started.
It's really nice. There's like obvious ways in which it's very different from Leftovers, but it does have a lot of those very moody, evocative shots of people just with emotions, just being,
Yeah.
moving around.
What's the premise for Devs?
It is about there is a Silicon Valley company, kind of like a Google,
Okay.
called Amaya. And there are two characters that work at Amaya, and they have this highly secretive research group called Devs. And they basically get caught up in the sort of mystery and the drama surrounding this Devs program.
Okay.
I liked it. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah. What
was that one called?
Devs?
Devs.
Is that Amazon?
Devs, like-
Devs.
It's Hulu.
Hulu. Okay. All right.
Have you ever seen? Oh my god! I just watched it when I was sick in fall. The Catch with Fire, Catching Fire, Catch with Fire. The AMC one about the tech companies.
Wait, the documentary?
Investigating.
No, god damn it! Halt Catching Fire. Thank you. I missed the. Yeah.
No, I've
Man,
not
I
heard
love
of
that.
Have,
You halt and
devoured.
catch fire. Nice.
Did you watch AMC a lot, Marcus? Have you
Halt
heard
and
of
Catch Fire.
Dispatches from Elsewhere?
Yeah, but you know what? I haven't watched that yet. I
haven't
saw
either. I haven't-
the previews for
I
it.
haven't committed.
You
yet.
know, they were doing the whole like people are saying this is the best new series that no one was ever asking for. Like I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I haven't watched it.
My latest.
Should I?
I haven't watched it yet. I can't. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm hesitating because the only way that I can view it right now, at least upstairs while in bed and not at a computer where I'm like forced to work at the same time, is via Amazon for $30, and I haven't committed for $30 yet. So.
He's going to buy a 20,000 Japanese whiskey bottle
For a
but
wedding.
cannot
Yeah.
commit
For a
30.
wedding, that's a much bigger deal than just like, I guess it's Tuesday. Maybe I should
Yeah.
just watch the show for $30. It's a bigger
But you
deal.
could be sipping whiskey right now.
I mean, I've got this. I could just drink this, and we're good. I just have a bottle
Okay,
of
good.
Yamazaki 12, you know?
Does
Boom.
this doesn't count as insults, right? This is just like a joust.
Oh, you're never
of
being invited
sorts.
back to the show. Yeah, no, you're
Playful banter is what they call it. Playful
Talking about the rule.
banter.
I mean, rules are there for a reason.
wrong. Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. Marcus, what about, oh God, now I'm blanking out. I just started watching this last night. I think it's called Never Have I Ever on Netflix.
I saw that on Netflix, but I haven't. No, I'm watching.
It's really good.
I'm watching the surfer treasure hunting one.
The
Outer Lands,
yeah.
Outer
I haven't committed to that.
Wilds, Outer, not the game. God damn it. Outer Limits. Fuck. Outer
one of
Banks.
those.
Thank you.
Outer Banks, yeah.
Thank you. Hey, I'm distracted by all the fucking hot 20 somethings who aren't wearing any shirts. But
Yeah.
just
I get it.
fucking let it go.
I get it. Did you watch that?
But it has treasure hunting in it, which is like an instant sell for me. I love, the Curse of Oak Island and fucking National Treasure and even the Goonies. Like, they don't make enough treasure hunting movies. God
Dude,
damn it.
National
Like,
Treasures. Oof, what a movie.
National Treasure is fucking top
What a
tier Nick
fucking
Cage,
movie.
son.
So good.
For sure.
You know they're making a third one of those, right?
Shut up.
They are. It's coming.
I'm in.
They're
I'm
making a
in.
third one. It's gonna be really
Yeah.
good.
So I haven't
Oh,
watched
that's
that one,
funny.
but I'm watching. I need to watch Ozark season 3. And I'm watching
Same.
this Outer Banks. So
Yeah, I binged. I didn't watch Ozark season 2, so when Ozark season 3 came out, I binged Ozark season 2, and I was like, I need a break. I gotta
Yeah.
I can't. I gotta get away
Yeah,
from
I
the stress and
get that.
anxiety for just a little while, then I'll come back.
Dude, like these shows with these well-written characters that are put into these horrible situations. Like,
Yeah,
come on, it's like too much. Write it badly. Like,
Yeah.
make it over the top.
that's why.
That's why.
What's the name? I gotta remember the name of the show that I started watching.
Well, I mean, I think you mentioned it before, but that's why I always need to I need to watch the heavy shows, right? The Wires and your Leftovers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I need to watch Too Hot to Handle or
Is that the
I don't
Netflix?
know.
Wait, which one is Too Hot to Handle? I don't know if I've watched
Too
that.
Hot to Handle is the one that came out just like 3 weeks ago. They first brought out Love is Blind or whatever, the Netflix original.
Yeah,
like
I've watched Love
They
is
want to do
Blind.
reality.
Yeah.
They want to do reality now, and I think they want to do reality, but I don't want to say educational, but like positivity. Like, oh, love is blind. You fall in love with the character, and now they do Too Hot to Handle, which is they put 10 sex crazed
Oh, I have
Young-
seen that.
cute
Yeah.
people on an island, and then they tell them they will win $100,000, but every time they like have sex or kiss or touch each other, the pot will be deducted with an amount of currency that is like,
For everyone,
Like, a
not
kiss
for
is like
not for the
$3,000.
individuals,
Everyone, yeah.
but for everyone as
Yeah.
a group. Yeah.
and it's great.
Yeah. I got like 4 episodes into that, and then
I haven't watched this one yet, but
it's good.
Oh
well,
my god!
Aaron
you
binges
can
those
tune
shows,
out.
so I can watch like 2
Oh.
episodes, and then by the time
Trash.
we get back to the next night of sleeping, she's like, "Oh yeah, I binged that. It's over. Like I don't want to watch."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I tuned out for 2 episodes, came back,
No
missed
problem.
nothing. Absolutely, it was fine. And I mean, like, there's a kind of show where like the stakes are so low in terms of my attention that I feel comfortable participating in it.
Yeah,
Dude, too many demands on me. I'm a busy guy.
I got it. I
Can't expect me
understand.
to want to get invested, man.
I understand. The show is Never Have I Ever is the name of it on Netflix. What's the premise of the show? I don't even know. Premise of the show is it's an Indian family who has their dad die in the opening of the show, and John McEnroe, the famous tennis player, narrates the show. It's really fucking weird, but it's also really good. I think
what's it called?
Oh,
It's called Never Have I Ever. I think Mindy Kaling.
Oh, interesting.
I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is the writer of the show, who's done some other stuff. It's pretty good. It's my like my current Love Is Blind or whatever the other show you were referencing just now.
yeah.
Yeah.
How spoiled are we, by the way? How spoiled are we, and how overwhelmed with the amount of incredible media of like any kind of type? It's honestly sometimes very overwhelming. I'm sure this is a very common and modern feeling, but that whole you're like I was reading a book and I was rereading a book, and I was made to feel guilty by myself for rereading a book whilst there were so many that I hadn't read, and so many TV shows I hadn't seen, and so many movies I hadn't seen, and so many albums I hadn't listened to. And it was just like I had to sit down for 10 minutes and be like, it's fine. Like, just watch what you want to watch, read what you want to watch. But I don't know. Is this normal?
What
or-
book did you waste time on? Did you read for a second time?
How much time wasted are we talking?
Yeah, what are we talking?
Wow.
Like 10 hours, 20 hours? We'll
it's
judge
like-
accordingly.
It's 600 pages. It's Haruki Murakami's IQ 84. He's my favorite author, and it's a great book.
What's
so
the premise?
It's totally fine.
Pitch the book.
So this is, I have to explain this because it's magic realism, which people think it's magic like wizards, but that's not what magic realism is. It's a literary term for something that is set completely in realism, but it has a twist. Something is off and something is not normal. And it
Okay.
follows the story of a very strong woman called Aomame. And all Murakami's books are set in Japan and give you a lot of slice of life of Japanese culture, like of the dishes they're eating and of like Tokyo and whatever and stuff like that. And she just goes on an epic adventure and a self-discovery journey. And you think it's all going to be real life, but it isn't. And it just sucks you in. And obviously, IQ 84 is a play on Orwell's 1984, which also kind of,
Gotcha.
it's hard to explain any Murakami book without giving away the plot.
Yeah,
to be
no,
honest.
that was a good pitch. Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad. I'm trying to think of
You
the
guys-
last book I actually read. While I do that, Marcus, what were you going to say?
Well, I was gonna say, I was curious because, based off of what we were talking about in terms of choice, and people in chat were talking about paralysis of choice. But how much do you reconsume stuff that you love?
A lot. I've watched West Wing
Lot.
3 times
Quite a
in the
bit.
past 2 years.
Oh, the West Wing.
And I've also watched
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights from start to finish probably at this point 8 times now since it
Now-
originally came out.
Is that only for certain mediums?
Yeah, it's
I
only for
ask because
TV.
like only TV,
I would
right? Like
think.
I rewatch or I reread comics all the time, just like
All the time,
nonstop.
yeah.
Stormlight all the time. But like movies and television shows, a little bit harder for me to, there's a few exceptions obviously, but I'm wondering if there's, just
I've rewatched a
everyone
bunch of
else.
movies now that I guess like I've seen all
I
the
mean-
Marvel movies multiple times. I've seen like Lord of
Yeah,
the
of
Rings
course.
countless times. Probably Lord of the Rings is the most consumed media, I would think. The original trilogy, I've seen that the most times out of anything.
I think you like the obvious one is music, which is something we don't mention that much. And I'm not saying like, I guess playing a song you like over and over is common, but there are these albums you like and albums that are really well made in that not only
Damn,
the
that's a
quality of
good
the
way of putting
individual
it.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the kind of the build up. There are some albums, there's like The Life of Pablo, Kanye West, for instance, is an album that if you listen to it front to back, the buildup is kind of insane. As an example, right?
Yeah.
And there's more of that. And there's some albums that you like. There's Kid Cudi albums that are fantastic if you just listen to every song
Start to
the way
finish.
they're supposed to be listened to.
Yeah.
And I do that because I think listening to a song over and over is kind of normal, but like these some albums that you just want to listen from start to finish to,
Mhm.
Totally.
I do quite often. Yeah.
For as long as I've known Sean, that's been one of the funniest aspects of going to visit / stay with Sean is every time I visit, he listens to a singular song ad nauseum. Like I'll get in the car and it's just like, let's rewind that song and start it over. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, sure.
Yeah, I'm like a child with Frozen. Like I absolutely only am this song. Yeah, and I get really obsessed with albums or specific pieces, and I just like grind it like again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good for everyone except
Same.
people who are around me.
Well, I still remember the first time that we actually met in person where I was standing, this will sound really scandalous, but I was standing on a corner in a random neighborhood in Southern California with a PC, like a tower next to me and all of my luggage. And I pulled up and then you played the same song for the entire 45-minute ride.
Yeah, I wonder, wait, do you remember what song that was?
Not off the top of my mind, but it's probably like a low synth type, nothing like super crazy.
It's moody and atmospheric.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you stayed at my house and we watched some DC animated direct to video movies,
I do
which
remember
are
Yeah.
spectacular.
Those are
Oh my
good.
God. I mean, some of them are actually well done, but some of them are just hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
That was 30 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel old?
Yeah,
Nope.
I do.
I
I
feel
don't.
so old. I feel so
Nope.
old.
So what do you mean by feeling old?
Do you mean like physically or
I-
mentally? Yeah, I guess that's a better question, Sean. Or yeah, whatever.
So in terms of like the things that interest me culturally and how in the world that we specifically live and work in, not mentioning work, whatever, and kind of it's very young people that come into the space very often, obviously, right? Some of my colleagues are like 21. That's a decade. That's more than a decade difference at the least. And then that you talk about things and they just don't know what, like things you dig that they don't even like know exist, and then that you're interested in and like you keep going back to. And yeah, sometimes I feel really old. It's just, that's what it is.
Yeah, I would say yes, but also other times no. It just depends on who I'm around. Like if I'm streaming or I'm working, yes, I feel old. But if I'm watching other movies or other mediums or whatever, no. Like if I'm just living my life normally, I don't feel old. But the second that I like enter into work mode, 100%, I'm old as fuck. Like I'm ancient in this world.
Wait, so what do you mean?
Your
Like
experience.
yeah, JP, like when you're streaming, when you say like you feel old, what,
Where I'll tell a story or make a reference in chat and everyone's like, wait a minute.
What is that?
What the fuck are the
Yeah.
street sharks? What is the hell? What do you mean the streets? I don't understand that.
What is a Nickelodeon?
Yeah, Nickelodeon. You mean the things that just plays like Friends right now, like that show, that old show? Yeah, that type of thing. Like the cultural references that I make, a lot of people don't necessarily understand from a streaming audience, but a lot of people also do understand. I think that just kind of depends on the demographic of the show or the demographic of the stream and whatnot. But
Yeah.
You're educating, man. Doesn't that feel good?
no, that's fucking terrifying. If I'm educating
No.
people,
Why
we're
not,
fucked.
man?
We're like,
Don't hold
that's
back. Make those old ass references, JP. It's all good.
I'm just
Someone,
imagining
one
being.
person, you're gonna fucking mention like the crane kick from Danny LaRusso and the Karate Kid, and people are like, what the fucking Karate Kid? And then one person's gonna go back and they're gonna fucking watch it and they're gonna be like, I am a better person because I watched the fucking Karate Kid. So,
Marcus,
you know
I made
what?
a reference the other day that not a singular person in chat made, and I think you might get it. I don't think Day 9 or Sjokz will get it. I made a reference to the Gen 13 Fairchild comic character.
Yeah.
Not a single person knew that, but it was because there was I was looking at statues because I'm painting my wall because it's fucking green right now. It makes no sense. But I'm putting stuff on the wall. I was looking at statues and there was like a Peter Parker. God damn it. Who's Peter Parker's wife /
Spider-Man?
No. This
Oh.
girlfriend. Whatever his girlfriend.
Mary Jane?
Mary Jane. Yes.
Yeah,
There was a Mary Jane.
I think
statue.
you mean Gwen, the true love of
Sure.
Peter Parker.
Gwen
What?
Stacy, exactly. No. And it just looked like Morgan Fairchild in there, and everyone was like, "Who's Morgan?" And that's when I felt old. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I guess I grew up being pretty used to no one having a clue what the fuck I was talking about at any point in time. So I don't know, it feels kind of par for the course, right? I mean, even today, people are like, "What's a StarCraft 1?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a fantastic disorganization manager starring the lore of Warhammer 40K." Then I have to talk. Selecting 12 things actually increases the skill count. All this garbage. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. People not getting the references. It's fine. It's like not a big deal.
Yeah, I get
That's
that.
cool.
I get that.
I guess. Yeah, I know. I think it's I don't know. It's also like Instagram culture and like just feeling old and not hip with the times and all that and like.
Oh, I know I'm not hip and cool. I've already.
Oh my
moved past
God.
that. Yeah, like that's not even a
Yeah,
thing. I don't even.
JP
consider
and I
that.
are not going to be on the next season of Too Hot to Handle, man. Let me tell you that.
We'll be on the inverse of that show. Too old and not cool.
Yeah.
And then,
Well,
yeah.
I think you're all hip and cool, you guys.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you, Marcus. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Uh,
I don't judge you just because you don't make TikToks on the regular. It's all good.
I
Yeah.
knew
all
I was
good.
old
I mean,
when I knew I was old when I actually had to Google like a term that people were saying nonstop in Twitch and like, what the fuck does this mean? Like, what is this term?
Yo, it goes too fast. It goes too fast though. Yeah, what was the term?
I
You
can't
have
hold
to
back.
say it.
I knew the general
Balding.
gist of what it is. No, it wasn't molding. That one's pretty simple. It's mad and bald.
I had to Google molding.
I wrote it down on a loose receipt in my pocket.
I had to. Everyone kept saying, "Oh, that person's a coomer." I had to figure out what a coomer was.
I don't know what that is.
I understood like the loose narrative around it, but I didn't know specifically what it was, and now I know.
I've Googled it.
Google it.
Yeah.
Got
Because
it.
sometimes you'll join.
Got it.
Sometimes you'll join a Twitch stream and like they're speaking another fucking language. It's like,
Yeah.
the fucking any coomers in the chat, they're modding megalol poggers. You're just like, what?
You know, I think the only thing that really kind of has shocked me is the young kiddo that says
That
the
out loud?
emote
Oh,
in
yeah.
real life.
Yeah.
Who's like, "Oh my god, my dad bought us a new puppy, PogChamp."
Someone,
Oh no!
I heard that in
My
the wild
dog's
the other
sprained its
day,
ankles.
and I wanted to
Bible
just
thump.
like run when I heard that.
I think that's cute. I think that's kind of cute. If it's a kid, it's kind of cute. No?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know, and like because like I would type raffle as a high schooler, but I would not say raffle.
Yeah, saying raffle
it's
was
a type
heresy.
thing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it feels similar to me, like someone saying winky face that is frowning. If you don't say the emote, like Scoots has never said that emote, but that's essentially the only thing that he communicates.
It's true.
Like, you know, I don't know. It's
true.
just like pog champ, poggers, poggies,
Yeah.
dog ramp. Like, I don't know. It's just the constant
Dog ramp. We're starting some
spamming.
new language here.
Flog champ. Yeah, like they just floggies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that's one thing that I don't judge, but it gives me pause. I'm like,
Gives you
look at
pause,
this.
champ, a little bit.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, no,
Weird champ.
that's good.
Weird
yeah.
champ.
Weird champ.
Yeah.
Weird champ.
Uh,
Lulz is the only thing I say. Like usually, ironically,
Yeah. Yeah. You said that. I've been around you when you
Yeah.
said that before.
Lulz.
Sjokz,
Yeah,
what
but
about
I
you?
mean-
You're probably around the esports chat more than I would think most of us on a daily,
Well,
consistent basis. What are the words that you're just like, like I don't. Let's just.
Well,
not do
I have
that.
a colleague. His name is Ender, and he's one of those 21-year-old colleagues I mentioned. He's only been working with us for like 2 years,
Okay.
and his brand is basically Weird Champ and he actually turned it into a weapon, because when he was on the broadcast first, like the European LCS or the LEC, and he got scrutinized, and people would be like, Ender Weird Champ, and then he made that like his thing, but he almost
owned it.
exclusively.
He owned it. That's great. Yeah, that's how you do that.
But the thing is, he only exclusively talks in Twitch emotes when he's not casting. Like almost like he'd be like, "How are you, KegW, Pog, Weird Champ?" And
No.
I mean, that sounds awful, champ. That
Wow, we're putting them on blast.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And he also he's obsessed with TikTok, and he and I
TikTok
would
can be pretty
like,
funny though. I mean, I understand
"Oh,
that
TikTok,
obsession.
no,
Yeah,
nothing against TikTok. TikTok can be fucking
they're pretty
freaking-
good sometimes.
pretty hilarious." But it's just he's like really into it, and it's like, "Have you seen?" I'm like, "Okay, I don't have TikTok," and he's like, boomer alert," and I'm like, what is
So he's
this?
like a living YouTuber that like is always recording, or a living TikToker rather, or he's always recording TikToks. Is that what I'm?
Yeah, or is it like when they run those natural language processing algorithms on someone's tweets to make deep laughing?
Yeah.
You know, like one of those things. Like that's really,
Yeah.
which by the way is
It's
the
great.
greatest Twitter account that I've seen
It's really good.
in my life. It's
Yeah.
the only time I go to Twitter to look at an account.
Yeah.
It's so
He's a
good.
great guy, by the way. Just like he's a great guy. He's just
Oh yeah,
like
sure, yeah.
really young and really into Twitch chat and everything. And it's cool. He's made it like his thing. And
Yeah.
I like that, because they were like making fun of him with the Weird Champ, or
Hell
like
yeah.
taking the piss a little bit. And he just made it his thing.
Yeah.
And now it's dope. And he's thriving. So good on you, KegW.
There you go.
Poggers.
Poggers.
Lulz.
Buggers.
Dog ramp.
Oh, crap.
That's gonna be. You should make dog ramp on Twitch. Better Twitch
Yeah,
TV. or
it,
whatever.
it will just be a
It's just-
dogless image of a ramp.
It's just a ramp. A ramp that
just-
says dog on it, and that's it.
Yeah, it looks kind of like if you're looking at a backslash at an angle, like it's a dog ramp for a dog that doesn't want to use the stairs.
When do you use dog ramp? When you don't feel comfortable when other people are saying random things? Is that when
You use it for doggers.
for doggers? Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Is it working? I think it's working.
I think-
There it
I
is.
think-
It's
We're good.
working. It's
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
because I think the thing is that you just don't define the meme. People just start using it in a particular way, and then
Yeah,
that's
the meme
way that
finds
it
a way.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Dog ramp.
Dog ramp.
Dog ramp.
So dog ramp.
It's gonna be the newest Twitch
So
global
dog ramp,
emote.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's just the idea of the emo just being a ramp, and you just have to know it's for dogs. Like that's just part of the understanding of it. Where's the dog? No, it's not info. That's just a ramp. The dog uses the dog.
Well, then people will have dog emotes, right? And you put the dog emote first, and then
Right,
the ramp,
there you
and
go.
then you put
Franker's
something
the dog
after.
ramp.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Frank
great,
Rossi,
guys.
there you go.
Accepting submissions for dog ramp.
Yeah. Be good.
Yeah. Tweet at JP for that because I don't think I need to be involved.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Please don't
I'll handle
involve me.
it. We'll get Elu on it. We'll get a new dog ramp emote going on.
That's great.
On Better Twitch TV. What else? We got like 20 minutes, 12 minutes if we're being exact. Marcus, where do we go from
20
here?
to 12 minutes. What do you mean? For what?
You're it's the second time as the second time guest, the person who's been on the show the most. You have hosting privileges for the final minutes of the show. Where do we go? What are we talking about?
Can I ask your opinion on eating burgers with lettuce instead of buns?
Like a lettuce wrap burger?
I think that I am developing. I know this is going to be weird because my name's djWheat, but I'm pretty sure I am developing some type of gluten or wheat intolerance.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I've
not
had
fun.
some. I have had some super rough goes eating things that I really, really, really like to eat.
Yeah.
So I've been experimenting, and one of the experiments is that we made burgers, but we used this beautifully yummy, crispy butter lettuce as the buns, and I never felt better afterwards. I don't know.
Is someone who eats a lot of just brown food? Like there's not very much green.
Dude, oh my God. Oh, I remember when you came to stay at my place. I think it was for Thanksgiving. And you handed me an Uncrustable, and I thought it was a loofah. I thought it was like a
I
thing
remember
you
that.
scrub your body with. I was like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, that was because I think it was for Thanksgiving because we went to like Walmart or Target or something, and I had to get you and Britt a gift, and so I bought, because you guys didn't have a coffee maker, I bought you guys a Keurig for Christmas or whatever, so I could make coffee, and then I also got Uncrustables because I was on a big Uncrustables kick. Sjokz, do you know what an Uncrustable is, by the way?
You need to explain also all of that joke to me because I also don't know what a loofah is.
Oh.
A
loofah?
body scrub.
It's like a body scrub.
Yeah, you know when you like squeeze the body scrub in it and you use the object.
Yeah. Here, hold on. We can use a visual.
Yeah.
Hold on. Am I helping? Is more,
I know what you mean. It's like
more?
it looks
Okay,
fluffy.
okay,
It can be like a nice collar, and it has like the. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of
When you
these.
squeeze it
It's
and
one of those,
release the
Sjokz.
release noise.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a loofah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Now,
I'll
what's
show
a
you.
crustable?
Let me show you. It's an Uncrustable. All right. You have to be.
Uncrustable.
They don't make Crustables. Those are just. You don't want an Uncrustable. Let's.
America's whack, man. Like, what is that country? What do you
We're-
Uncrustables?
It is
We're
fucking
trying our
loud,
best.
Sjokz.
We're
You
trying our
nailed it.
best. Yeah, we're-
Tornadoes.
Here's an Uncrustable in the wild. All right, unwrapped, cooking right before your very eyes. That's an Uncrustable.
That's a sponge
Yeah.
too.
No, this is a food item.
Exactly. You asked the question. You looked and you're like, so you put soap on that and you scrub your body.
Now-
You exfoliate. Yeah, it
You
looks
eat
a
it.
little bit. Yeah.
Delicious.
Now, an Uncrustable, Sjokz, is essentially a lazy man's, and this is, you got to stay with me here. It's a lazy person's PB&J. They come
Peanut butter
frozen.
and jelly sandwich.
They
it
come
has
frozen.
peanut butter and jelly in it.
Yeah, but you
Yes.
put them in the freezer, and then you just take them out of the freezer and let them thaw for like, I go about 4.5, and then flip it. And it's about another minute on the side, and that's how you eat an Uncrustable.
You just flip it and you go pat. It was like a good dog. You're just like, there you go. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But to djWheat's
They're delicious.
point, first up, I've heard that the best way to eat these burgers with salad instead of buns is to have an IPA with them.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. I officially call rules whatever broken.
Here's the
That
thing.
was uncalled for.
The thing with the lettuce, I feel like bread is there not to serve as a taste enhancement, although it oftentimes does. It's there to serve as a way to suck up the burger juice. And lettuce doesn't do that because it's not porous, right? It just like becomes messy as fuck to eat, especially if you have like a loaded burger.
No, I think it's fine. But like, yeah, I sometimes even, I don't have any kind of intolerances or whatever, but just sometimes the idea of, oh, I'm having like the bread and the fries, sometimes it makes me feel
Oh, if you
dirty,
think about
and that
food
might
while you're
be-
eating it, you're going to have a bad time. That's just, you
But
just
yeah,
can't do that at all.
it's like
Potato.
I can have a burger with salad and then have like 7 scoops of mayo with my fries, and then that evens out because I didn't have the bread, right?
I got it. That makes sense.
I like
True.
it. I like the salad burgers. I don't mind them.
I honestly can't recall a time ever having them. I only scoff at people who do. So it's one of those,
I mean,
yeah, it's one of those things where I just haven't tried it.
In-N-Out's In-N-Out's protein style is like one of my favorite things, which is
That's
basically
Aaron's, yeah.
yeah. So
Oh,
it's just the same. It's just the same thing, right? Except butter lettuce is a little bit. So butter lettuce is perfect because you tear it off and it you cook the burgers patties a little bit smaller, and then like use 2, and it just kind of fits in there. It like cradles the burger.
Is it?
So
is
then
it
there's
thick?
no mess.
Like, is it pretty thick lettuce?
No, but it's super crispy and it's like firm. It's fucking delicious.
It doesn't have
man.
much taste to it, right? It's just It's just there as like a vehicle for the burger to go into your mouth.
I don't know. Yeah, it's got taste, man. What is this like? I feel like I'm being interrogated, man.
Oh, I'm curious. as
It's
someone
good,
who
JP.
doesn't-
It tastes like
I just haven't
lettuce,
tried it.
man. Whatever lettuce tastes like.
I don't eat green things, Marcus. I don't eat vegetables.
I
and
know.
fruits.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Oh, dude.
It doesn't. I mean, does the bun taste like anything? I don't know.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. If you get like a really high quality bun, oh yeah. It tastes
Okay,
like
so
something.
let me tell you about the burger I ate yesterday.
Okay.
Do it.
All right.
Did you make it? Did you make it, or is this ordered?
I absolutely didn't make it.
Okay.
Like,
I
like
All right,
last
tell
time,
me about it.
Last time I tried to make a burger at home, it looked like the opening scene of Chernobyl. It was- I charred the bun so hard I had to scrape the pan with like a sharp edge.
no.
But the burger I got was 3rd pound of beef, not too much. Blue cheese, extremely thinly sliced sautéed mushrooms, bacon on a pretzel bun.
How much blue cheese though? I feel like that could overpower pretty quick.
In amount to where you wouldn't be embarrassed to sit next to me, but still
Okay.
quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was and it was so tender, the beef, and the pretzel bun barely had any structure to it. I was just like holding the concept of a burger, and it was
Was this just like a local place?
yeah, it was some fucking place, man.
Some
It was really
takeout
good.
place. Okay.
God,
I'm trying to think now of the best burger I've ever had.
dude, I'm telling you, pretzel buns fix burgers. It just fixes so many problems with the burger.
Yeah, I
Fucking
agree
pay
with that.
attention to me. Okay?
No, I agree with
Pretzel buns are great.
Ah.
So are donuts or buns.
Pretzel. Oh,
Donut burgers?
I've
Oh yeah.
we've
Oh,
indulged a donut burger before.
Yeah.
Ooh. America.
Yeah, like a crispy-
fuck
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean, like a glazed donut. Use that
You
as a
get
bun.
you get Krispy Kreme donuts as
Yep.
as the buns. They do that at Red Robin actually.
Like I'm not tasting anything right now, but my brain is telling me that would be gross. Is it
No.
not gross?
No, not at all. It's actually
No.
quite ridiculously good. It's like fat on sugar.
Amazing.
But that I feel like that's just the donut again, right?
No, it's you have
got-
to experience this.
You got to at least try it once. It's like, have
I'll
you ever
make
had
you a
like
donut
a
burger
deep
sometime.
fried Oreo or like a deep fried candy bar or something like that? It's kind of the
I have
same
been.
thing.
Oh, you mean have I been to a county fair with
Yeah.
Hoosiers?
Yeah. Have you been to a Hoosier County Fair? Exactly.
Yeah. No, I ate one of those, and it felt like I was just biting into cement with sugar in it, and it was pretty great, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But like, I still can't imagine like a Krispy Kreme donut bun. Is it just like a burger and cheese in the middle?
Yeah.
It's 2 donuts specifically. It's not like it's not a donut cut in
Yeah.
half. It's 2 donuts as the bun,
Oh.
and then like a burger with cheese in the center
It's
and
hard.
bacon.
feel
I
like
think
you're-
there's bacon
I
on
feel
there.
like you're
There's
You're
no
trying to get me-
vegetables in the burger. That just destroys
You're
the whole
trying
purpose
to
of it.
get me to like imagine a new color. Like it's just like this the idea of like a donut and a burger
Between
and a donut.
orange and green, dude. Just look at it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the donut
Yeah, and you
burger.
like squeeze lime juice on it. I'm like, oh, that's a kind of a wrench thing, man.
So bad. No. There's no lime juice at all.
Okay.
At all.
All right.
well,
I mean,
the next time we're all together,
Yeah.
what's going to
whenever-
happen? We're going to find donut burgers.
oh yeah.
We'll go to Red Robin.
When's that gonna happen?
I don't know.
Probably
But
be a while.
we'll
Yeah.
sometime.
Shocks in Europe.
Sometime.
What's the like most? What's the equivalent of what we just said in Europe for you? When you look
Well,
at it,
we
you're just
don't-
like, oh, that's like so disgusting and like over the top.
There's actually not much that I can think of that is that crazy. I mean, you have like a lot of currywurst and stuff in Germany and stuff like that. There's more like deliciousness though. There's this thing called a Kumpier, which is do you know what döner is?
No.
Is
It's
that
like
the meal
kebab
after lunch?
döner.
Oh.
Dude.
Sean, can you
No.
explain that joke, please? I don't understand. Could you?
Jokes
It's
are
like,
fun.
so it's
I just had
kebab,
to
so it's
pick it
like-
up, yeah.
It's meat in like wrapped with some salad and like a bun and some nice sauces. But so it's like a potato in the oven in which you put the meat, so like lamb probably, that you put in dinner, and then a bunch of garlic and garlic sauce and like bacon and like all of that, and just stuff that in the oven and then just eat that. That is the best hangover food ever.
That sounds pretty
It's
good right there.
It's
pretty
actually
tasty.
not, it's not like out of this world weird. It's just like a loaded potato probably to you.
Yeah, like a
but-
stuffed potato.
so-
I'm into that.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's great. Oh, I want one right now.
It's pretty good.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My God.
You can
Yeah.
just get those on the corner.
Oh,
They just make.
I'm
yeah,
so
you do get those
hungry
up there.
right now.
Hmm.
Oh my God. I'm gonna order another of those burgers, man. Those are good.
Mm.
Well, we've hit the 2-hour limit, so we need to do shout outs and start the show. We also need rules
That
from
went
everyone.
pretty fast.
Yeah,
That went pretty fast.
it turns out I've often found we're now 5 shows deep that if you get people that talk for a living to talk about nothing at all, it's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy show.
Yeah.
There's very little thought process for anyone involved. You just talk. It's great.
I actually just blacked out and had involuntary muscle contractions for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
A rule.
Yeah, we need a new rule from everyone. Unless you don't want to submit a rule, that you can do that as well. And then we also have to do the you must promote the other people or say something nice about them in your own shout outs. Per rule 2.5. Anyone got a rule they want to add? Or do you want to pass? Do you want to get rid of a
I'm
rule?
not sure. I'm trying to think of like anything that, because they're all designed to make the show like better and the flow of conversation better, and
Make a
they
rule
do
that
a
sucks
dang-
then. That
they do a good
destroys-
job. Okay, everyone should talk over each other at least 10 times a show,
And then apologize and have hold on.
and
What
then
if
apologize profusely.
what if you had a rule to solve who gets to go via a politeness battle that's like Rochambeau or something? Like if 2 people say like, oh no, you go first, and the other person says, oh no, you go first, then the rules of the politeness battle come into effect and they have to do some sort of thing where they fight for dominance.
You know, I will point back to what Sjokz was saying earlier about like, what's an album that you like start to finish?
Okay.
That's an interesting one. People, you know, especially at least anecdotally from my perspective and having gathered no other data whatsoever, I feel like people talk about TV and movies and books and comics and whatnot, but albums are not discussed as nice works of art.
Okay.
enough.
What rule would that be for you, Sean? Rule number 9?
Yes.
Okay.
It's good for branding.
We'll do 9.9 because there's already
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, you can round it up to 1.
Okay. All right. Sjokz or wheat, you got a rule?
Oh, I thought we were coming up with it.
Everyone's got an
Okay, I
individual
think-
rule.
Okay, then my rule is that the group has to come up with a new rule.
Oh, group rules.
Yes, from the next episode.
Okay. All right. What rule?
It's 12. It's 12. It's like midnight. I'm losing my brain power. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I understand.
Rule 8.3.
8.3.
My mom is never wrong.
Now is that
Moms are never wrong.
moms are never wrong?
Marcus's
Moms.
mom
I
specifically.
mean, specifically my mom,
Oh.
but if we need it to be an all-encompassing rule for everyone, moms are never wrong.
Okay.
So if mom's taught us something, that's it. She's not wrong. Fucking tartar sauce, homemade Midwest tartar sauce is ketchup and mayonnaise. Rule 8. What did I say? 8.3?
A tornado in Sjokz's room. What's going on?
People are breaking the quarantine rules or something. The police.
8.3.
Okay. 8.3. Oh wait, is that what that? Yeah. What if
No,
you hear
no,
like
no.
cop sirens? Does that mean people are breaking quarantine rules? Like what else could they be
There's
doing?
a hospital. There's a hospital like around the corner. So
That must be awful. You probably get what?
it's okay. It's like it's only this, and you don't really with a headset on. You don't notice it really. It doesn't matter. And for some reason, well, not as much happens at night, so it's fine.
Okay. All right. It's either really convenient or really awful. I don't know if there's an in between there.
Yeah, when I needed the hospital, it was really convenient, obviously.
Yeah. I would think so. All right, let's do some shout outs and call it a show. Marcus is the returning. It's the only returning.
Wow.
Cast.
Thanks. I'm really glad that you
Go
put the
ahead.
steel case chairs at the top.
Why
The
did
top
That's
boxes.
not right. Not right. It's not
Intentional
the
or
right
not.
person. Your name's not Reb Ford. I don't know what's happening.
What is that?
There we go.
Rob Ford is the head.
There we go.
So I'm
Why won't that
I'm
fix? Keep going, Marcus.
I'm promoting everyone else, right?
No, you promote yourself, but you have to say something nice about other people. On the show, not just in general. Just
Nice things about other people. I'm djWheat. I think that Stormlight is the best book series of all time, despite what this says. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure to hang out with you, Sjokz, and Sean and JP as always. Tomorrow, I am doing my second COVID-19 charity stream. This one is COVID. And I will be hosting a block with Rachel Querco. So stop by the COVID channel on Twitch. It's COV-_aid. And raise money for, unfortunately, these people who are in much worse situations than many of us are. And I do Monday and Friday COVID-19 open phone streams where we talk to people from all around the world. And lately on Fridays, we've been having Dr. Joanne Schaefer, who is the former chief medical officer of Nebraska, join the show. And she is freaking amazing. She has so much information and she answers awesome questions. So if you'd just like a place to come and chat about this stuff in this crazy, crazy world, head on over on Mondays and Fridays in the morning, 8 a.m. Central Time, and say hello. And thank you guys so much. I had a blast. Nice things. JP, I just want you to know, man, I thought about you and Aaron a lot on the day that you guys were supposed to get married, dude.
Oh, thank you.
And I just,
Appreciate
that. I still feel bad about that. Anyway, Sean,
It'll happen eventually. Sean's not here, by the way.
It'll happen.
He
What?
DC'd.
Sean left already?
Well, no,
he's listening intently. Look at him.
Okay, he is listening.
He is,
intently.
yes, intently. Yeah.
Sean, I love you. I don't need to say anything else. Sjokz, you're so lovely and amazing, and I had a good time with you on the show today. And what you guys are doing, even in this crazy world and environment where esports and gaming and everything else is trying to find a way to still happening, it's so awesome to see you as a part of that, leading that charge. So you keep on going.
There you go.
Aw.
Kind words. Sjokz, do some shout outs for us.
So am I shouting out myself first?
Yeah.
Sjokz is a legend in the Dota 2 scene and a
But-
well-known hater of all things Riot. When she is in Sjokz, you can find her own stream playing visual novel.
There you go.
That is on the money. That is absolutely on the money.
I did my research.
Amazing. So I'm a part of the LEC, but I host a bunch of stuff, sometimes some Counter-Strike as well. And I stream a lot. So I've been trying to keep positive mood streams in all these times. Twitch.tv/Sjokz. I play Valorant mostly nowadays. And just chat and positive vibes only. For the rest, thank you so much for having me on this podcast. It's it's a bit surreal because you guys are all legends respectively in what you do. Definitely check out djWheat's content, if not just the COVID-19 content, but always very entertaining, especially when paired up with Rachel, and a fountain of knowledge for all of us. JP, thank you for having me. Great stuff. Your chat is awesome, and I mean, I guess that's a compliment to you as well. No. You do some awesome content as well, and you're a natural at just letting the conversation flow, and a natural broadcaster at that, which I very much appreciate, because there's also talk show hosts that just suffocate their guests with talking.
That's a different show. We do that on a different show.
Okay. And Sean, you're not around, but you're freaking awesome too. You're someone I've looked up to for forever, and you're still rocking and doing your thing. And that's awesome. Continuing to give the world great content, as all three of you are actually. So yeah, it was very, very fun time. Thank you for making my evening much better.
Awesome. Glad we could do that. Sean is texting me his shout outs in real time here. So I guess we'll do this, and I'll just read them as Sean is live texting. Sean says, thank you enormously for the invite, JP. Shout out to djWheat for always supporting me and literally everyone that asks for help ever. I've been asking djWheat for advice on things for over 10 years, and he's always been awesome. Sean hasn't sent anything else yet. He's still typing, so we did this a little bit prematurely. So we'll go back over here. I'll do my shout. I don't have a shout out card because I'm a bad producer. It's been 5 shows and I haven't made it yet. What do we got after this? I think I'm streaming Wednesday. We've got Drop Frames. Thursday we got Roleplay Echoes of Eternity. We'll have another pre-show sometime in the future. The show's kind of made up as I go along. So we don't really have any guests planned at the moment, as we've done 2 shows back to back. And so it's probably just more Persona 5 here on the channel. Thursday morning we'll be restreaming that Xbox conference that is starting at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. What's that, Sjokz? What's that in Europe time? Do the time conversion.
6 hours later.
6 hours later. That's when that starts.
No. Well, 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. would be 10 p.m.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
There you go. Sean has more shout outs. Cheers to Sjokz, who is an excellent host / on-desk talent. She makes hosting work look so easy, and it's super, super impressive. Shout outs to all the dog rampers out there for keeping the dream alive. And Noir by Blue Sky Black Death is the greatest album of all time. There you go.
There you go.
Dog ramp.
The dog rampers. I love it.
Dog rampers.
Dog ramps.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time on the pre-show.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Now I'll awkwardly say, let's get the show started right after this. We'll see you guys then.